at the end of the day, when all of you biatches are talking about the man gotta make more, he gotta step up, it's not right, it's not fair, oh my God, you're poor, you're a bum, crusty, dusty, ashy. We're not gonna settle. No settling. We're not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Got a new song, y'all. Anyway, got it. Settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Oh my God. Settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
How we doing, young kings? Stay focused. Y'all know the rules. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. Never.
Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. Black queens forever, snow. Bunnies never. Black queens forever.
Y'all know the rules. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. I haven't seen our boys. All right, that's me and Al. We're on night.
Y'all know the rules. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never.
Y'all know the rules. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. Never.
You got it on y'all breast, booty, thighs, lips. That's the worm on the hook.
Breast, booty, thighs, lips. That's the worm on the hook, y'all, in case you didn't know. Breast, booty. Breast, booty, thighs. Breast, booty, thighs. Breast, booty, thighs. Breast, booty, thighs.
booty, thighs, lips. That's the word on the
they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. I said close them doors. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Sir, what is close the doors? Close the doors. Sir, what is close the doors.
Yo, tell me with this.
Close the doors.
Huh?
Close the doors.
What kind of shit is that?
Close the doors.
And we're done. We're done. We're finished.
My man.
I put your pink, my booty hole brown. What a niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga, come suck a bitch toes. Pound town, just left pound town. Put your pink, my booty hole brown. What a niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga.
See my man.
I put your pink, my booty hole brown. What a niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga, come suck a bitch.
Cause y'all got false narratives out there and y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power.
Just to let you niggas know, we don't need y'all. We want y'all, but we don't need you.
20 years later.
Our black men, we want all y'all back. Because we love you, we see you, kings. And most importantly, we need you. And most importantly, we need you.
And most importantly, we need you.
You're the kind of woman that I could give a lot of game. As much as you retire, love. Well, maybe you don't have to ask. And I'd give you love. Hey, that's that jam. I'll buy your clothes. I would cook your dinner too. Soon as I get home from work.
I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You heard what I said, cause I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you.
We having a show. What are you doing?
We're having a show. Mick said I couldn't help it. I can't help it. If I wanted to, I would have
You
helped
don't just randomly start fucking singing. You don't just you got Tourette's?
Hmm?
You got Tourette's? You bought a microphone and got Tourette's?
What? What do you have Tourette's? What?
You didn't just fucking be in the middle of a show and just start singing shit.
Shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain where there are no more fuck ups to shut.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Going, you're being a racist! Racist!
If I ain't clapping, I ain't cash apping. Bitch, do you want the money? You want the money? All right, shut the fuck up. Hit them knees. Come on. Throw that ass in the circle. Hands to your knees.
And we're done. We're done. We're finished.
Slaves built the pyramids. Slaves built the Parthenon. Slaves built America. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you.
And we're done. We're done. We're finished.
We like free stuff. Huh? So we came out here to get all this free stuff. Huh? But then the car saying, you can't get the free stuff. What? Cause the people want to take it. And how y'all gonna take some stuff that ain't even yours? It's free.
I got my 2 baskets and took the bus or whatever.
Wait a damn minute.
We get down here, we get some free stuff.
We're already in a recession. Times are hard. Why not just let us get the items and invest and be okay? We are Black women. We care about our crown. Why not give back to the community and let us get the product? The tools, any other eviction.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs, dogs. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs, dogs. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs. Millions and millions of dogs eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs, dogs. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs, eating the dogs, dogs. And it's a shame. Eating the cat, eating the cat. Eating the cat, 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 eating the cat. They're eating the dog, eating the dog, they're eating the dog, 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 they're eating the dog, eating the dog, they're eating the dog, dog. Millions and millions of dogs eating the dog, they're eating the dog, 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 they're eating the dog, eating the dog, they're eating the dog, dog, and it's a shame. Eating the cat, 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 eating.
Yay! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Shout out to everybody that is here. Hey there, besties. Back again. Guess who's back? Ain't that a song? Shady's back or something like that, right? Shout out to Eminem. Shout out to all of y'all. Thank you so much for coming back. If you were not here earlier, make sure you go watch the video from earlier. We did a live stream earlier. That was good. That last story with that biatch, woo! Lord help your people. If you ain't see it, you need to go ahead and see it, child. Anyway, so today we got a couple of things to talk about, child. First, it's foolishness, of course. Then it's Black women unemployment grows, right, after the 300,000. Then it's DaCara. Is it Thompson or Johnson? I think I got the name wrong. Is it DaCara Thompson? Child, I got to look at it because I don't want to be rude. And then, of course, crime is down. Crime is down. And it looks like it's been a lot of down crime since I've been gone. Shout out to Trend, Love, and Nails for a good weekend celebrating Trinidad's birthday. If you didn't say it, please make sure you say happy birthday to the MSG King if you were not aware. So we were hanging out with him and had a good time. So hopefully he had a good birthday. He actually has launched a new channel. What is it, child? Are you here? Drop your daggone channel so these people can go ahead and support you on the second channel. But let me let him do that, okay? If I know y'all already subscribed to FDNHT, but make sure that you go ahead and do Scales and Tails as well, okay? Because the person that's always telling me that I shouldn't be eating on camera is about to launch a fucking channel where he's eating on camera. Make it make sense. You're awesome. Anything to get on my nerves, all right? I'm telling you, Lord, I love the Lord. Truth is, I'm tired, though. Truth is, I'm tired. I'm telling you, the Lord said, child, we're going to give this woman the brother that she never wanted. Enter Trinidad. Anyway, all right. So shout out to him and shout out to y'all. Shout out to all the channel members because that's what we're doing right now. We got a members only. Shout out to y'all. Thank you so much for all the members. Shout out to Reaper for child financing most of y'all. Anyway, no shade against y'all, but thank you so much for everything that you have done. Reaper, appreciate you. Let me see who we got. 18 becoming a member. I see you, boo. Thank you so much. Shout out to you, boo. And shout out to Brit Love 85. Shout out to both of y'all. Thank you so much. I change it over in about 20 minutes, okay? And then subscribers, all the subscribers can come in. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the daggone channel. We're trying to get to 40,000 ASAP. Shout out to everybody that's made it this far, 39,940 at last I saw. So let's go ahead and hurry up and get 60 more plus so that we can cross over to 40 and make our way to 50 after that. All right, I appreciate you, okay? So Trent has dropped his channel. Make sure y'all go ahead and support that channel so that he can get to what he needs to so he can go live and leave me the hell alone. All right. All right. So before we get into it, right, let me go ahead. And this is not foolishness, but let me share this with y'all. This, where I'm at. I got to find it. Hold on. There we go. I came across this today. Shout out to Mr. He Said. I'm not sure how well you can see this. Awesome. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Pause. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So I saw it today. It looks like they posted it 4 days ago. But I saw it today. So I just wanted to go ahead and shout them out, of course. That's Mr. He Said. His wife is Mrs. She Said. Shout out to both of them. Then he tagged Red Lipstick Vibes, who's our girl as well. Shout out to RLV. And then Schoolin' Two Better is Corey Joe. So our guy, Corey Joe. And his caption reads, they watch, they hate, then they copy. So I've been getting texts and emails and just things that I see myself, which I've talked about before, right? So I'm going to just go ahead and say this last time, right? You know, it being a content creator is not easy, okay? It's easy for some. Let me say it's easy for some and not so easy for others. If you can do it full time, you're probably going to be able to get your shit off a lot quicker than the rest of the people that have to work full time, have families to take care of, have other responsibilities, and then put this in there as the part-time that most of us do this for, right? You got to figure out what you're going to do. You come up with ideas, you peruse fucking YouTube, the internet, Instagram, you on social media, follow a lot of different people, you know, you in their chats, all this stuff, or the mastermind group. We go out here and join, you know, at the time TLA's mastermind and try to help other people. You know what I'm saying? So everybody does what they do, how they do it. They get it how they can, right? But then there's a certain group of people that seem to be lazy. Now, I have heard plenty of things that I have said with my own ears. I've seen things with my own eyes. I don't say shit. I let it go because I'll talk to other people and they, you know, pull me off of a ledge. But I do now understand how Kevin Samuels was feeling and even Tommy Sotomayor about maybe what Kevin Samuels was doing, right? Because how lazy can you be, right? Like, seriously, how lazy can you be? And how is it that you can not only, like, it's one thing at least if you're stealing from somebody way over here that don't know you, but then you do it right in the area where we all got the same subscribers. What the So you're going to do that shit also in the same arena area that we all have subscribers in common. How rude. How rude. Right? No shame whatsoever. All right, cool. All right, cool. I will just say that good luck to you. And there's a reason why you are where you are. And I'm not wonderful. You know what I'm saying with this stuff. I do what I do. It is what it is. Because somebody just recently said in the comments on one of the videos, why do they call you messy when all you do is speak facts? That's what that's a new person said. And then somebody came through who's a regular, which I can tell only by the hearts on his name. says, because she is messy, and if she acted like Danica or Crimson Cure, then she would be better than she is. Wow. So I should be like two other Black women that are we have the same subscribers. So I should be like them. Why would I be like them? I don't need to be like them because I'm me. That's the fucking problem right there. A comment like that is the problem right there. And that's why colors be having issues. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it all together, okay? Because why do I have to be like them? They don't have to be like me, and they are not like each other. They are two completely different women, and so am I. And I don't think that we're required to be alike. I don't think that we're required to do things the same. And thinking like that be the problem with colors, and why you can't get nowhere, and why you turn around and you go around and stealing shit from the same people that you are hanging around, I'll call it, with no fucking shame whatsoever. Okay, do your fucking thing. But what I can say about me is I'm a motherfucking original, okay? So you can try to be like me all the fuck you want to, you can't. You can take my shit, you can try to repeat it, because ain't nothing copywritten around here, you know what I'm saying? But don't think that other people don't see what the fuck it is that you doing. But if that's the best that you can do, continue to fucking watch me and repeat every single thing that I fucking say and do every single fucking thing that I do. Let's see how it works out for you versus how it's going to work out for me. Because most of the shit I'm telling you that I say comes off the top of my fucking head. Most of it comes off the top of my fucking head. And if I am taking something from somebody, I give them the fuck credit. You niggas can't even do that shit. And these are all bitches, okay? Again, I've heard it my fucking self. I've seen it my fucking self. And then for those of y'all that let me know what's going on. If that's all you got to offer, then I guess that's all it is, right? But you can never beat me. Ever, ever. Child, I don't even understand how I am. It is what it is, right? I'm not doing nothing special here on YouTube that nobody else is like. I'm no more special than Crimson. I'm no more special than Danica Marie, Six the Goddess, or any other of those women. I don't have to be like them. They are not like me, and I'm going to be fine with it. Because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work. I'm going to put in the fucking work, and whatever comes out of this fucking head and brain and mouth is what comes out. And y'all gonna know it because you hear all the time, and I know you regular smegulars already know what's mine and what's not. So you'll hear it too now that I'm calling it out. Like some people are just getting started and barely have any followers, and I hear you using my shit too. Okay, I just want you to know because what he said was, they watch, they hate, then they copy. I know there's a couple of y'all that do hate me for various reasons. I know that for a fucking fact. I want to go ahead though and shout out Kofa again for reaching out to me to send me the picture of Coach Greg Adams, who I already knew, but like not like, verified or anything, who watches this channel. And I'm thankful and grateful for some of the big dogs, as we call it, that watch. Even if they watch in the clouds or whatever, I'm grateful and I'm thankful for that I can be seen by somebody like that honestly, at the end of the day, what the fuck would you want to be watching me for? Oh, she's very funny. Thank you very much for that. So if he happens to be watching, he ever come by, he already know I love him to death. Shout out to CGA. Thank you, Kofa, for the picture. And thank you for thinking of me while you was doing your thing over there at the Black Manosphere Conclave. All right. But I just had this came up. And so I just said that I have to say it. And again, it's nothing. It's amazing. There's nothing that I can do about it. And there's nothing that I'm going to do about it. But I just want it to be known that I see you. I'm going to just leave it at that. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Shout out to Reaper for being a member for 12 months. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you. He said, I learned today that MSD menstrual blood. Goodbye, sir. I cannot. You are a mess. Sean N1, I haven't seen you in so long, boo. Always, always, always welcome. Thank you so much for your generosity, hun. He says, I love and respect originality. Stay messy, one. Thank you so much, hun. I appreciate you. You are always, always, always welcome here. Thank you so much for your generosity. You are now the stream sponsor. Appreciate you. Shout out to all y'all that are here, whether you're in the clouds or you're a member. I will change it over in about 15 minutes. Shout out to all the channel members. Thank you so, so, so much. Shout out to y'all for being here. Let's get this party started. Let's see where we're going to go at first, because, child, crime is down, y'all. I want you to remember that crime is down, and you know that they do not want a federal takeover in Shaddam Chicago, okay? They don't need it. They got it all under control, child. They got it all under control. Let's see. Robbers smashed into Rolex store on Mag Mile in broad daylight. Crime is down.
New video shows a frightening scene on Michigan Avenue in broad daylight as people were leaving work.
A robbery crew using axes to smash their windows at the Rolex store and steal watches.
Our Marissa Sulik just spoke with the alderman in the area and has some new developments to share. Marissa?
Joe and Eric, as you can see behind me, the windows are all boarded up here at the Rolex store after what took place. This happened around 2:30 this afternoon as people were walking by, some capturing this all on their phones.
Robbers seen using axes to smash through the side window and display case on East Huron. They then reach in and grab a couple watches before they run off. Some watches seen left dangling from the window.
I don't think Rolex thought could be broken. They found out the hard way. If you've got enough leverage on a hatchet, you could break through.
Alderman Brian Hopkins says he does not recall a smash and grab like this in the middle of the afternoon when the streets are filled with tourists and shoppers. Chicago.
Wait. I thought the tourist section was good. I thought the tourist section was great, and you don't got to worry about nothing. Just come on down and come see Shaddam Chicago. Child, y'all try to get me to come down here so I could be a witness to this, so I can be traumatized for the rest of my life. Broad effing daylight. Yeah, Brandon and Pritzker got it all under control, child. Anybody going to Chicago anytime soon, Bueller? Anybody going to Chicago anytime soon? Child, just let me know, because I'm not coming. I just want to know so we can make sure that you come back safe. Shout out to Night Jade. I appreciate you, boo. She says, remember, they still watch you, so your originality keeps them locked in. Thank you, hon. I appreciate you. Y'all make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Rolex robbery. This is crazy.
Chicago police say 4 men in masks broke the glass.
This was a successful robbery. They have recounted. They are missing watches. This was successful.
The robbers fled in a red Nissan Murano and sent police on a chase down the Dan Ryan. They then crashed the SUV into a parked car near 69th and Peoria in the Englewood neighborhood. Police scanner traffic says the men were seen throwing items out the windows, presumably watches.
Honestly, it's sad.
Lamont Evans is with the restore.
It's sad. Is it sad? Is it sad? Is that what the word we want to use?
Watches.
Honestly, it's sad.
Lamont Evans is with the Restorative Project, a group that responds to violence in the community. We talked to him about how this happened as President Trump is threatening to bring the National Guard to Chicago.
If we bring more resources to the community, more jobs, more federal funding, then maybe we wouldn't have to deal with the backlash of things like this.
Oh, pause. Hold on. Let's hear what I'm gonna call him Lamont has to say again.
Presumably watches.
Honestly, it's sad.
It's sad.
Lamont Evans is with the Restorative Project.
I don't think I heard that. That is his name. Okay, come on, Lamont.
A group that responds to violence in the community. We talked to him about how this happened as President Trump is threatening to bring the National Guard to Chicago.
So where the Rolex store is his community, is that what we're saying right now? I thought that was downtown Shaddam Chicago, but okay, go ahead, Mont.
Bring more resources to the community.
Need to bring more resources to the community.
More jobs, more
jobs.
Federal funding.
More federal
Then maybe we wouldn't have to deal with the backlash of things like this.
Then you wouldn't have to deal with this. That's all it is. Money. 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 That's all they money, Trump. Give up the money. That's what he's saying. If you gave up the money, this wouldn't happen. This is a result of people who need jobs. That's why this is happening. The Rolex store? Okay, Mont. Let's try that again.
We were
about how this happened as President Trump is threatening to bring the National Guard to Chicago.
If we bring more resources to the community, more jobs, more federal funding, then maybe we wouldn't have to deal with the backlash of things like this.
We were able to arrest these 6 offenders. I'm not sure what the National Guard could have done.
What the National Guard could have done is been there and their asses wouldn't have came. Who are these people? Who are these people? I don't know what the National Guard could have done. They could be standing on fucking street corners and they wouldn't come and they wouldn't do this shit. How about that? Is everybody fucking stupid? Is it just me? Child, what the fuck?
Night police were seen collecting evidence outside the Rolex store as they continued their investigation.
What is that?
People walking by in shock by the debris and scene left behind. In the end, Chicago police say 6 men were arrested.
Oh no. I think this is racism. They got the oppressors got this black man right here, if you can see the mouse, hemmed up. I think this is racism.
Chicago police say there were no injuries reported. Alderman Hopkins says that 9 watches were recovered from that scene in Englewood, but the Rolex store is doing their own inventory check to see if more watches might be out there. Alderman Hopkins also says that Chicago police used one of their new helicopters to track that car down during the chase. We're live in the Gold Coast. Marissa Sue.
Well, awesome sauce. They used the new daggone helicopter in order to track these Negroes down. All right. So in other words, they playing GTA in real life. And then you got Mont saying, child, oh, we needed some money. And then you got the white man saying, well, what in the hell is the National Guard going to do? Child, nothing. Trump, don't send shit over there. Fuck them. Good luck to those people, but not really. Moving on. WAFB, child. I don't know what this is, okay? This might be the worst story today. Just get y'all mind right for it, all right? So it says, I-team suspect accused of graping 4-year-old was released from prison weeks ago. Now, I don't know who was out here trying to talk about, defund the police and leaving people in jail is against, it's racist and you shouldn't do it because they don't have the money. It's a way to keep black people down. All that, right? Always a reason, right? To protect a fucking criminal.
Good evening to you, friends. Welcome here to the News at 6 on this Friday. From the WFBI team, a convict accused of raping a 4-year-old and giving her an STD has a lengthy history of arrests and convictions, raising questions about how he keeps getting out of jail.
The I-team found that Anthony Jelks Jr. had just been released from prison at the end of June and is on parole until 2027 for domestic violence.
Hold on.
Has a lengthy history of arrests and convictions, raising questions about how he keeps getting out of jail.
They got questions on how he keeps getting out of jail. How? I can't imagine how. Nobody want to cop to that shit no more?
The team found that Anthony Jelks Jr. had just been released from prison at the end of June and is on parole until 2027 for domestic violence-related charges. Our chief investigator, Chris Nakamoto, sat down with the Baton Rouge police chief who expressed big-time frustration with the revolving door of criminals his officers continue to see. Chris.
Oh, they got a revolving door of criminals. Oh, my God. I don't know how that happened.
Good evening, Liz and Greg. Jelks had just been released on parole in June of this year, only out for a matter of weeks when investigators say he raped a 4-year-old and gave her chlamydia. Tonight, we went searching for the convict and ran into people who identified themselves to us as his family. Anthony Jelks is only 25, but is well known to Baton Rouge police, causing problems.
25. Thank you, boo. 25. A 4-year-old. Chlamydia. Not to mention all the other shit he done. So, who gonna rehabilitate his ass? This is racism. I don't care. Yes. Crime is definitely down. Never forget, Shout out to Baton Rouge.
Over the years, spelled out in a plethora of paperwork filed with the 19th Judicial District Court.
It's extremely frustrating.
Baton Rouge Police Chief T.J. Moore sat down with us Friday, expressing frustration after the same man is now accused of raping a small child.
We've arrested him 6 times over the last 6-7 years. He's everything from firearm charges to domestic abuse battery, violation of protective orders. He's currently on probation, supervised probation, by probation and parole. So it's definitely something.
So it sounds like he knocking bitches' head between the washer and the dryer.
We are doing our best to go after, and if anybody out there knows where he might be, please give us a call.
The WAPI team found court records showing Jelks was arrested in 2020, accused of punching a woman in the face with a closed fist. The charges were dismissed 3 years later. He was then arrested in 2022 for punching another female in the face in front of her children. Bond was set at $30,000. He pled guilty to domestic abuse battery and was sentenced to 6 months in prison. In 2024, he was arrested again, this time for battery on a dating partner and resisting an officer. He was already on probation and placed on a probation hold. He pled guilty to battery of a dating partner and received 6 more months in prison.
Interesting that Kofa should say that right when this comes up. He says these types of guys are never single. I wonder how that happened, child. You know, he got boy legs and pretty hair. And lest we not forget another thing that we learned umpteenth years ago, hybristophilia. Because this is what these bitches like, allegedly. Oh my God, that mean he love me, he love me, he love me. He tried to put me, yo, you put up with this shit, but you over here crying about 50 motherfucking 50? Child, the mentality of you bitches is out of control. You crazy. Stay the fuck away. Shout out to Dane C. He says, salute to Mrs. Hyena Slayer. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you. Y'all, we are on subscribers mode now. Please make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new.
Was released at the end of June. Chief Morse expressing frustration at what he describes as a revolving door of the same offenders.
It is an issue when we're arresting the same people over and over and over again. When we, earlier this year, we arrested somebody for murder we had arrested him 3 times within a year and a half for either homicide or attempted homicide. And then finally,
either homicide or attempted homicide. Child, let him go. He ain't get the job done yet. When he get the job done, we bring his ass in when we'll keep him. Oh, so somebody got to die in order for him to find. This is another person they're talking about. I'm just saying.
Another homicide. And just keep getting out on bonds.
In all of Jelks' arrests, detectives noted his home address at this house on Jackson Street. We went looking for him Friday after this new.
Hopefully it's not 2800 Jackson Street. Ain't that the Jackson's resident? 2800 Jackson Street. I think that's the number.
Arrest warrant was issued for him after investigators say he raped a 4-year-old and gave her an STD. A car pulled up and one female identified herself as Jelks' sister. Arrest documents for Jelks do not imply any of his family members are connected to the rape victim. Were you aware that your brother has an active arrest warrant out for his arrest? With the revolving door that appears to exist with defendants coming through court, Chief Morse says a dialogue needs to happen between elected judges, prosecutors, and police so everyone can get on the same page.
So it's definitely an ongoing conversation I'm having with the district attorney, Hiller Moore. He's also some of the same frustrations where some people putting in and even getting released before they have a chance to argue why that person shouldn't be released. And so trying to work with them, trying to get all the judges and now commissioners, because a lot of times the commissioners are the ones setting the bonds, on the same page, where give us a little bit more time so we can tell you why this person should be released or why they should have a higher bond.
With Jelks being a prime example of what Morse is talking about, he's pushing for change.
Like whoever said, I always say, child, you got hair looking crazy, don't come near me. All them Negroes, all them YNs up in the Waffle House. Yeah, I gotta go. I got to go. I stereotype. And if you stereotype me, it's all good. I'm not offended. You can't be around me for whatever your reasons are. That's fine. Just stay the fuck away. I am not offended.
To stop the madness.
Extremely frustrating, especially to our detectives that do a lot of work to get these arrest warrants and our officers that didn't find them. And it's something that we talk about all the time, about low bonds. And some of these things with domestic abuse battery, some of the bonds were $3,000, $15,000 for weapons charges, things like that, which I think are too low. I think that some things need to be looked at.
Investigators noted that Jelks was also in trouble in 2022 for indecent behavior with a juvenile, but there's
indecent behavior with a juvenile. Lord help your people. All right. Sorry, y'all. I had to. I saw it. I had to. Ain't nothing left to talk about here. Moving on, child. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And somebody will come through and say, you hate your own people. Fuck you in advance, okay? Moving on back to Chicago. Multiple arrests after burglary reported at... Oh, no. We did that one. Moving on. We're going to go to Houston. Shout out to Death. Houston homeowner dealing with multiple break-ins. Oh, no.
Homeowner says crime is getting out of hand in his neighborhood after
somebody's
filing
lying.
2 police reports in
Crime
2
is
weeks.
down.
We turn to KPRC2. Jaewon Jung caught up with him at his home near the intersection of Tier Wester and Drew Street to talk about what he's dealing with.
You're awesome.
If you take a look at this front door, you can see that it's completely boarded up, and the homeowner tells me it'll cost at least $1,000 to fix. Now, the homeowner, Dalen James, has only lived here for about 8 months, but he's already thinking about moving out.
Oh, damn, you can't even live in your own home. You're awesome. You're awesome. You're awesome. Can't even live in your own home. Shout out to Death the Reaper. Let me go ahead and add you in with Sean and One. I appreciate you as always, always with the memberships. Appreciate you, hon. If you got a membership, please make sure you thank Death the Reaper up in here. Always here, always supporting. Appreciate you, boo. Let me update it. Thank you so much, as always, boo. I tell you. Shout out to the MSGs. Thank you all so much. Shout out to all the channel members. I see you. I appreciate you again. Please make sure you thank Reaper if you did get a membership. I appreciate you, hun. Shout out to all of y'all. Make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. All right. So you can't even be in your own damn house, child. This is what I'm hearing. 8 months. He said, I got to go. Shout out to him. That's what I was saying. Child, I ain't lying, child. I got to go. I would go stay in a hotel, stay with relatives, stay with my mama, child. You know I ain't trying to do that. But what we're not going to do is sit up here and be broken into and wait for it to happen again. That is crazy. Can you imagine just being in your own fucking house and somebody breaks in? I cannot imagine that.
Now, the homeowner, Dalen James, has only lived here for about 8 months, but he's already thinking about moving out. This August 5th video shows a man throwing rocks at the front door. 2 others behind him apparently recording it on their cell phone. The homeowner, Dalen James, tells me he wasn't home when this happened.
Glass front door shattered. The front knob to my door is broken. I'm confused.
He filed a police report, but just 10 days later,
The people that broke in my house comes right back. And
I know you effing lying. They came back. What the fuck? People crazy, y'all. Y'all, people is crazy. Be careful, okay? Be careful. That's crazy. You know why, though? You know why they come back? Because ain't nobody being held fuck accountable. That's why they come back. That don't even make sense. I'm with Sasodi, though. I didn't drop my application off. I'm just waiting. I agree with Sasodi. Ain't nobody got time to play games with these people.
invade my home.
This time, he says the situation got violent.
He just gets up shooting.
What was going through your head?
Oh, just get to cover.
Dalen tells me the crime in this neighborhood is unlike anywhere he's ever lived.
Being in all the worst communities I've been in, I think this is probably the worst.
Public safety is a growing concern in the Third Ward. An April survey from the Riverside Civic Association listed frequent gunshots that...
Wow. Ward 3, Riverside. Crime and safety, frequent GUN shots, theft, and a general lack of safety, noise pollution, clubs, modified cars, party buses, motorcycles disrupting peace, especially at night, GUN violence. Firing is heard weekly in some areas, keeping residents from enjoying their homes. Police presence. Many feel there's not enough proactive patrol or timely response. I can't imagine how that happened. Short-term rentals, meaning Airbnbs, parties, absentee landlords, and noise complaints. Trash, litter, and broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the streets, you know they just don't care. I tell you, where are they living? Bought my house 2 years ago, and while we were doing the floors, I had to stop because I heard gunshots outside. Lord, help your people.
Thefts and a general lack of safety as top issues. Neighbors also reported feeling like there is not enough police presence or a timely response. In May, there was even a community town hall to talk about the crime.
I feel ignored, so at this point, I'm doing what I got to do on my own.
I reached out to Houston police about Dalen's cases, a spokesperson telling me both are still ongoing investigations.
Child, white people, you sitting up here going along with it, jackasses. Y'all ain't absolved. So now y'all grouping up. Is this what we doing, child? If you ain't over here doing a mass, now you coming over here with the Negroes to break into people's houses. Because y'all crazy too. Don't think that I think that white people don't do shit. Who do most of these masses? White people. people. Okay, child, y'all, these, Sir, move. Sir, rent that shit out and move. No, don't rent it out. Just move.
Has the incident made you want to move out of?
Child, I would be letting that shit go to foreclosure. I don't give a shit if nobody wants to buy it. Foreclose that shit. Get your next house first, then let that shit be foreclosed upon. Don't take no financial advice from me about this, but that's what I would do. I'm just saying.
Here.
Yes. It makes me seem like, what's the point of buying a house in third world?
If you also live in the third ward and are experiencing safety problems, you can also reach out to us.
Wait a damn minute. Is this what the third ward looks like? Child, I wouldn't have moved there. If this is what the fuck the third ward looks like, none of this is a surprise. Anybody can tell us, is this what the third ward looks like? Because ain't no way. Ain't no way. But that's just me. Who the hell am I? Moving on. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that's really what it looks like? I would not be moving there. No, sir. No, sir. No, ma'am. Let me see. Oh, no, I'll bring this one back at another time. It's too long. Let's go over here to DC. Teen deleted, another injured after a SHOOting at a park in Montgomery County. I know you lying. With the National Guard and everything?
Tonight at 6, 2 men are behind bars accused of killing a 17-year-old at a park this weekend. Now, investigators say those 2 suspects are also connected to a second shooting that killed another teenage boy just days ago in the same neighborhood. Let's get right to Fox 5 Sydney Pursing live now for us at Long Branch Local Park in Silver Spring. Sydney, what have you learned tonight?
Well, Katie, let's just start with that most recent shooting. We know on Friday night, a 17-year-old boy was killed here near these basketball courts behind me. He was with a 21-year-old man who police say was also shot. That man remains in critical condition tonight. Now, Montgomery County Police, they just told us that they've made 2 arrests in this case and that they've linked those 2 suspects to another shooting that happened just down the road here about 3 weeks ago. In that shooting, another 17-year-old boy was killed. Let's just start by showing you these suspects.
Don't pay to turn 17, it sounds like. I'm not being, I'm not being rude. I'm just saying, being a teenager is tough lately. Lord help your people. Who in the hell, child, are they legal? Who are these people? Hold on. My favorite grade, I didn't even see. He said, thank you, boo. Them wards be Warden and Houston, child. It sound like it. Put me in the neighborhood. I don't want to be in no ward. Remember the ward of the old lady talking about? I'm 70 years old. I can fight. When I was mugged the last time, I told him to make sure that I get to keep my ID because it's real hard to keep an ID. He said, go ahead, Mima. I'll let you keep the ID, but give me your fucking money. Imagine saying I was happy with that. Child, come on, Pedro and Luis.
We'll pull up their mugshots for you now. Montgomery County Police identifying these suspects tonight as 18-year-old Juan Carlos Gutierrez Hernandez and 20-year-old Johnny Steve Rosales.
These 2 are 18 and 20? What the fuck? They look like they 12 and 13.
Stio. Investigators say these 2 men shot and killed that 17-year-old boy. We now know his name is Charlie Blainer Vale Lucas here at this park Friday night. And they also shot that 21-year-old, again, according to police, who remains in critical condition tonight. Now, when you're told that when police responded to this crime...
Are they considered Hispanic? Are these people considered Hispanic? Is this Hispanic or Mexican? Is it Mexican? Is that the same thing? Child, don't come for me. I don't be knowing. Is this Mexican on Mexican violence? Hispanic on Hispanic violence? That's all I'm trying to figure out. Don't come for me. I don't be knowing nothing. I admit what I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Shit. Somebody will come through and say, you're racist. Fuck it. Who isn't? Latino. Latino on Latino violence, child. Latinos. I don't know why you fucking around. Y'all already got enough to worry about. Now you turning on each other. Whatever. Do your thing. Leave us colors alone. That's all I got to say. Thank you, Haywood, for letting me know, boo. Mike Love is the judge. Shout out to Mike Love. Messy's Nails is in the chat. Don't let her ninja. Shout out to Nails. Shout out to you, boo. That should be your name, honestly. Nails is in the chat. Don't let her ninja watch. Make her say hi to everyone. I don't even know who she is. If she want to identify herself, feel free to identify herself. Shout out to you, boo. You all are always welcome here. Shout out to her and you. Fun time this weekend. Okay. What did we say? Latino on Latino crime going on around here. Child, y'all are not absolved. You can get this work too.
crime scene, they found evidence that connected this deadly shooting to that other shooting I mentioned that happened right down the road. And you might remember when we covered the shooting, another 17-year-old boy was killed there. His name was Jaril Verde Murillo. 3 weeks ago, he was shot to death on University Boulevard East, which is about 0.2 of a mile from this park, so super close by. Now, police have not yet said how they connected these two shootings, if those two 17-year-olds might have known each other somehow, or what they believe the motive was in either shooting. But investigators did tell us tonight they executed a search warrant at one of those two suspects' homes, and inside they found guns and even more evidence linking both men to both deaths. Now, both suspects, we're told, are charged tonight with 2 counts of first-degree murder of a minor, 1 count of attempted first-degree murder, and 2 counts of possession of a firearm under the age of 21. I just met one man who frequents this park. He told me he was truly sad to learn that 2 kids were killed so close and so recently.
It's really bad. Yeah, especially for the kids. They don't have to do, anything wrong. You know what I mean?
Child, what is his name? Somebody call me. Lulaminber Estica. Let me move on before I get myself in trouble. I'm moving on. Latinos, figure it the fuck out, okay? I'm not messing with Lula. I'm not doing it. We going to, let me stop. I don't know what this is. WREG. What is going on? Mother charged with teen son in Beale Street shooting speaks to WRG. We like parents to be held accountable.
WREG in Memphis. This is News. WREG in Memphis. This is News Channel 3 at 4.
Topping your news leader at 4, the mother of a 16-year-old charged after a shooting on Beale Street during 901 Day festivity speaks with News Channel 3 after her first court appearance today. Thank you for joining us. I'm April Thompson.
I'm Alex Coleman. Santria Stackins is accused of trying to hide her son from law enforcement. And today, WREG...
No, Santria tried to hide the kid. Not my baby. Ain't no way Santria's son did anything wrong, because I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's a son. I could be wrong. Not Memphis, go Memphis. Memphis, go Memphis. Okay.
E.G. Streeta Patterson was the only reporter to question the Memphis mother, who says what happened was a case of miscommunication.
Santria Stackins sat quietly in court Friday with her arm propping up her head. The 49-year-old eventually headed up to face the judge.
First of all, okay, wait. Britt Love is nailed. Shout out to Britt Love. Just became a member. I see you, boo. Appreciate you. Everybody say hello to Britt Love, okay? And what is going on, Ma? Look, Ma, come on. Ma. She looking like she should be somewhere else. She's like, I gotta sit here for this shit. She look like she mad at the fucking world right now, y'all. Look at her. What in the world? Not the free. What the fuck? I can't take you. Oh my God, I cannot take you. All right, come on. Come on, Santria. I forgot her name's Santria. Don't forget Santria.
Miscommunication.
Santria Stackins sat quietly in court Friday with her arm propping up her head. The 49-year-old eventually headed up to face the judge, where she was arraigned.
Accessory after the fact. That charge carries 1 to 6 years if you're convicted. Do you understand?
Instead of saying she understood, she told the judge she was dealing with, quote, a lot of mess.
That's what you say when you go to court. Yeah, I'm dealing with a lot of mess. Black people, can we come on and do better, please? What the fuck?
Judge stopped Stackins before she could say too much. But outside court, she was ready to share with your news leaders what landed her here in the first place.
Ooh, SYCBM, gentlemen. SYCBM.
But outside court, she was ready to share with your news leaders what landed her here in the first place. She told us what started off as an ordinary Wednesday, with the only thing spicy being what she had for lunch.
So I ate 3 wings and I get ready to go to work.
But she never made it there as things took an unexpected turn.
They really just knocked. They never did say, where is he? They really just knocked softly.
Those knocking were law enforcement agents, but why they were there was part of the midday mystery. Stackins says she eventually started walking to her car before realizing she was walking into something more serious.
And I was pulling in my garage, getting it up, and boom, the sniper was drawn.
Snipers drawn is how she described her interaction with those trying to track down her 16-year-old son. But she claims she was under the impression an earlier argument with someone else is why she thought detectives were there until they asked for her son by name.
And then they asked.
Oh, so in other words, she was already doing some bullshit and she thought the oppressor was there for that, but they actually was there for her son. No wonder she's dealing with a lot. They full of shit. This is a neighborhood I don't want to be in, or a ward that I definitely don't want to be in. I thought they was here. I'm going through a lot of mess. Because that's how you talk to a judge. Classic perspective in the building. Thank you so much, Boo. He said Suntria sounds like an orange. Suntria sounds like an orange juice company competing against Sunkiss. Woo! Lord help your people. Suntria, something with an S, something, child. I don't even remember. But that look of hers while she was waiting for the judge just says a lot to me. No such thing as an angry Black woman. You heard? She going through some mess after eating 3 wings and it being spicy. What that has to do with anything, I have no idea. I can't take it. Shout out to Couch. Of course, this white man comes in, tries to change shit up, talking about defund the pink mic fund. Nope. Nope. Shout out to you, Couch. I see you. I appreciate you. Come on, Suntria, child.
Stack is me. Who is Josh? And I said, that's my son. And they said, can we sleep with him? And I asked, why?
As it turns out, her son was wanted for allegedly being a trigger man in this Beale Street shooting Monday night.
So they proceeded to, do whatever and get him out. But they put me in the back of the car. They questioned him downtown without me being present. I told them that was illegal. And they told me, no, it was not.
Stacking says it's not just.
Does Suntria look like she know the law, y'all? Anybody? Does Suntria look like she know the law at all? Y'all be better off with me as your lawyer.
Her word, she's hoping will clear her name.
My ring camera was running the whole time, and they should have got everything recorded. I'm going to look at my ring camera today.
Up next, Ms. Stackins has been ordered to get an attorney. She and her counsel must return September 19th. We'll certainly keep you updated. Reporting for your...
Yes, keep us updated because we need to know what's going on with Suntria. All right. So let me go on over to...
This is amazing.
The child, what is this child's name? I feel like I'm getting it wrong. I did get it wrong. Her name is DaCara Thompson. I got it wrong. I need to make sure I correct that. We'll go back to Crime is Down. Let's get this taken care of because we're already an hour in. Thank you, Logical. She said for the battery fund in case it goes out the street. Shout out to my girl. Woo! Hey, it changed. Oh my God! It changes like that. I didn't know. How did I do that? It does sounds. Oh shit, you in trouble now, Couch. I better go read some directions. I don't even know how that happened. Oh shit. Testing. 1, 2, 3. I figured it out. This one goes like this. Hey boo. This is number 4. Mess around and find out. Shout out to Logical, because if she didn't send that super chat, I wouldn't have figured this out. You done effed around and found out now, Couch. You done effed around and found out now. Hey, okay. Hey, baby. I want to know, would you be my girl? All right, back to normal. But now I know I can make some changes. Y'all can forget it now. Anyway, all right, let's get serious. All right. DaCara Thompson, all right? Let's get serious. This is important stuff. DaCara Thompson Red Rum case. Hugo Hernandez Mendez in court illegally, due in court on Monday today, okay? Background information on this, because y'all talked about it in the chat a few days ago, and I said I had to look into it, so now I'm looking into it. Shut the shit, Scales. So suspect Hugo Hernandez Mendez appears in court on Monday. DaCara Thompson vanished August the 23rd. Her body was later found. Police say she was deleted in Bowie and dumped off of Route 50. So this is a case that I will definitely be paying attention to because this is absolutely where I come from. This is where my dad lives. This is where in the area, Anne Arundel County is where I was born. So when I go to see him, I'm on Route 50. All this stuff is just, all of my family is right in this area, right? So it says the man accused of deleting 19-year-old DaCara Thompson is scheduled to appear in court Monday for a bond hearing. Thompson was reported missing on August the 23rd and remained unaccounted for nearly 2 weeks before her body was discovered in Anne Arundel County. Authorities say she was deleted in a Bowie home and her body was later discovered off a Route 50 bridge, roughly 7 miles away. Excuse me. The suspect, 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez, who immigration says is living in the country illegally, now faces first and second degree red rum charges. All right. So you know that they're making this very political for illegals being in the country and why they don't need to be here, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, Republicans are saying this, Democrats are saying that. Right. I don't think they're paying attention to this story, though. OK, because they're too busy trying to politicize it, which I'm not saying is right, wrong, or indifferent. But we, you know, shall take a closer look at some other things that we see, because y'all was saying something in the chat and I said, let me go ahead and take a look at it, right? All right, let me go on over to this story here because they did a bond hearing today. Yep, that's what this one is, if I'm not mistaken. Let me, of course, StreamYard is StreamYarding. So let me bring this back up. Let me go ahead and shout out 3 a.m. Thought Club, who always is giving a membership as well. Thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you. Thank you. Shout out to whoever got the membership. Make sure you thank 3 a.m. Thought Club. If you got a membership, you don't know where it came from, probably came from Death the Reaper. Make sure you thank one, if not both. Appreciate you and all of the members. So this is the most recent update from the bond hearing. It says DaCara Thompson's accused killer held without bond, at least that.
2 hours ago, the man accused in Thompson's death, Hugo Hernandez Mendez, faced a judge. Melissa Kim was inside that courtroom. Melissa, what did you learn?
Well, good evening there, guys. Hugo Hernandez Mendez is being held without bond tonight. He appeared in court today with his lawyer via video conference. In the meantime, the family of DaCara Thompson was physically in the courtroom today and remained solemn for the duration of the hearing.
I just want justice served for my daughter.
Carmen Thompson stoic in her words as she describes sitting in the courtroom facing the man accused of murdering her daughter. Hugo Hernandez Mendez's attorney waiving the formal reading of the charges. The 35-year-old is facing first and second degree murder in the killing of the 19-year-old. Prince George's County State's Attorney Tara Jackson calling the details in this case limited right now because the investigation is ongoing, but acknowledging she knows the community's investment in it.
But I'll say this, the goal of this office is to achieve justice for DaCara Thompson and for her family. And that goal requires that my office have the ability to fully investigate and to thoroughly review any and all evidence in this case in order to make a determination regarding the appropriate charges.
The state's attorney was asked about the immigration status of Hernandez Mendez. On Friday, police said he was an immigrant from Guatemala who was in the country illegally.
My concern is...
You know, this immediately becomes Trump's fault, of course. Of course, you already know. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't even matter that back when this dude was in here, that somebody else was the president. You know what I'm saying? Forget all that. Even though we sat here and we watched all those illegals come over the border and rush when they thought that Trump would be president. Remember at the last minute, they was rushing over to try to get on in here. But, you know, forget all that, child. Forget all that. Just blame Trump because everything he does is wrong.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Going, you're being a racist! Racist!
Even when he had nothing to do with it, it's still his fault. Just like it's all you crust dust must rust ashy ass cornball idiot bums for everything that happens. As far as men are concerned, it's always your fault. If they blame a man, then it's always your fault. Y'all already know, right? All right, come on, y'all, come on. Oh, let me thank Danette. Thank you so much for the super sticker, hon. I see you. I appreciate you. Shout out to everybody over in the Gentleman's Lounge. If y'all can hit the like button for me, subscribe if you're new there, I'd appreciate it.
To hold accountable people who commit crimes against the residents of Prince George's County.
Shouldn't everyone be held if they're committing crimes against everyone everywhere? That's just my thought process, right? You already know that I say you shouldn't be taking nobody hell on up out of here, but you also need to keep your hands to yourself. Stop breaking into people's houses. Stop breaking into the Rolex stores. Stop taking people out in parks. Stop doing all that. Stop doing all that. But then you hear people talking about, you don't know. Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden something happens to them. Then all of a sudden everybody's supposed to be like, you need to support. You need to be saying something. Oh, I'm going to say something. You're not going to like what I have to say. But I'm going to say something. Don't even get that twisted. This is DaCara's mother.
Very disappointed, finding that out now, because we may not be here today if they did what they were supposed to do.
In the meantime, DaCara's mother holding onto memories of her daughter.
She was a kind of an outgoing, soft-spoken, kind young lady. She was a free spirit. She was a good girl. She was a good kid.
As she grasps the long road ahead for justice.
We know it's going to be extremely hard. We just ask that everybody pray for our strength through the process.
And your heart just breaks for the Thompson family listening to DaCara's mother there. And again, Hernandez-Mendez is being held without bond tonight. He'll be back in court for a preliminary hearing 1 month from today. At Prince George's County District Court tonight, I'm Melissa Kim, WUSA 9.
Your heart really aches for this family sitting there, just listening to all those details, knowing this is how they lost their daughter.
Well, I didn't hear any of the details, but if I get any of the details, maybe I will we'll talk about it, right? But I like that dress on that lady in the red there. Go, girl. So Dante, I was just about to get to that. I don't see no protest. I don't see no Black Lives Matter. I don't hear Al going down there or nobody else. None of that.
Amazing.
Where are the Black Lives Matter, the Urban League, the NAACP? None of that down there to help any of those people. Maybe they're there. We just don't know. But typically, where's Ben Crump? Any of them? Anybody Bueller? Oh, no, because those are the same people, not them specifically, the Black people that are fighting to make sure that illegal immigrants stay in the United States. Honestly, the immigrants who have gone through the process, paid their fees, did their work, and are here legally should be upset that the others are, or that there are people that's trying to get the others to stay after everything that you had to do in order to be here, but they just they're out there fighting for them. Child, y'all should be asking for a refund. Child, y'all should be asking for a refund. That's what I say. But don't listen to me because I only play a lawyer on YouTube. Shout out to Scales and Tells with Trend. Thank you so much for your generosity. Appreciate you. He said, muy fuerte. Get it, girl. Get it. Hold on. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. I know that song, okay? Like, oh, you wanted me to sing. Oh, that's what that means. You wanted to hear me sing. All right, I'm gonna sing for you later. But we gotta be serious because we're talking about this case. All right. Thank you so much, Boo. I appreciate you. All right. So a next video. All right, this is from a couple of days ago, 2 days ago from NBC. It says, after missing Maryland 19-year-old is confirmed deceased, investigators lay out what they know.
Police have confirmed the body found along Route 50 on Sunday afternoon in Anne Arundel County is in fact that of missing teen DaCara Thompson. Now, earlier this morning, police announced that she had been killed and a man has already been arrested and charged in connection with her murder. That suspect, according to Prince George's County Police, is in the United States illegally. And
you notice that the news programs, all they keep saying is illegal. He's here illegally. He's illegal. He's illegal. He's illegal. Because that's what they're pushing, is the fact of the political portion of it. Illegal, illegal, illegal. All right, we got it. Child, we can look at that fucking picture and pick that the fuck up. What happened?
And is now subject to an ICE detainer. News 4's Darcy Spencer joins us live in Bowie, where that man was taken into custody. It is the news. Her parents, her community were hoping they would not receive. Darcy Spencer, bring us up to speed with what we know.
And that's right, Erica. You know, and this murder really shaken this Bowie community. Many just finding out this news today, this morning, this afternoon from us as we ask people questions in the community. That killing allegedly happened in the house right here behind me. I spoke to a woman who lives here. She asked to not be shown on camera, but she says she had no idea a crime had happened inside the house and that this suspect is her cousin.
So, allegedly, what are we calling these people? Are they Latino? Are they Hispanic? Y'all tell me. These illegals, I'll just say illegal. They will live together. You know, they have no problem with all living together. So probably some people in here that just might know something. Shout out to Decline Management. I see you, boo. They may know something or heard something, right? Are they gonna tell, or they just gonna go ahead and let it go? I don't know. I'm just saying. But there's some people up in the house. There were some people up in that house. They're probably like, damn it, now the block is hot, and now we might get deported, because child, you know they're gonna start looking for them, seeing if they're legal or not. Allegedly, I would assume, right?
It was inside this house on Cambridge Drive in Bowie, inside this bedroom, that investigators say 19-year-old DaCara Thompson was murdered. Neighbors are stunned that the missing teen investigation led to Bowie so tragically.
I was hoping for the best, but it was just, you know, deeply saddened to hear that it turned out this way, unfortunately.
The 19-year-old had been missing since August 22nd after she told her dad she was going to get gas and never returned.
So she was supposed to be going to get gas, y'all. All right. That's all she was supposed to be doing. Now, I would assume that she was coming right back, allegedly, but maybe there were some other stops that she was supposed to be making. Gas take about, what, 20 minutes, depending on where it is. I'm just saying she's supposed to be going to get gas. She was just supposed to be going to get gas.
Surveillance video showed her walking away from her car about 1:30 a.m. in Langley Park the next day.
1:30 a.m. What happened to the gas? I'm just asking questions. So you know that big bright light, that's the clickety click of the locking the doors after you get out the car. So she wasn't taken out of the car. You know what I'm saying? The bright light showed that she did this. So she knew she was leaving her car to move on to go to where she ended up going. You know what I'm saying?
Second, after she told her dad she was going to get gas and never returned. Surveillance video showed her walking away from her car about 1:30 a.m. in Langley Park the next day. Police say they found additional video showing her about 3 that morning on University Boulevard in Hyattsville.
For reasons still under investigation.
3 a.m. So she got out of the car at 1:30 a.m. Did they say when she left her dad's? I don't remember. And then they saw her at 3 a.m. So she could be out. We can be out if we want to, right? Of course you can. You can definitely be out. But what I'm thinking, what we know, because we on the internet, that maybe her parents don't know because they're probably not on the internet the way we are. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some stuff that we might know, and I don't know everything. I don't. But there's plenty of stuff that I didn't know that I know now when I started this shit 4 years ago, okay? That I would never know. That other people don't want to hear and don't want to think is true. I ain't got there yet, but y'all know where I'm going.
Investigation, it appears that DaCara willfully entered a vehicle being driven by Hugo Rene Hernandez Mendez.
So they just said that she willingly got into the car with Hugo Menendez, child, whatever his name is. Why? Does that man look like, excuse me, someone that she should be hanging out with at 1 in the morning, 1:30, 3 a.m. in the morning? Does that man look like someone that any young girl should be hanging out with? And there's some people that are saying, hold on. There's some people that are saying that he took her. That's not what happened. Just from that video right there, and what the police person here is saying, nobody took her. She willfully went. She willingly went. She chirped the car. The lights blinked up. The doors was locked, and she got into his car. They already noticed. Willingly. Why? Nobody is gonna, that family's not gonna want to ask that question, in my opinion, right? We want to focus on justice, which makes sense. We want to focus on he's illegal. All right, fine. But we don't want to ask why at 1:33 a.m. she willingly got into the car with Menendez. I would like to know. It's going to eventually come out. You know what's going to come out next? Text messages. And then they'll show that they had a connection, allegedly. Because I would hope, but child, I can't be sure because these young people crazy. I'm not talking about her. I'm just talking in general. These young people crazy. You just gonna go to somebody's house you don't know and get in their car and you don't know who they are, or meet them at some secluded place or at somebody's house that you don't know, doing all this dumb shit. All in the name of what? Typically, I ain't gonna say it yet.
35-year-old male out of Bowie, Maryland.
Police were able to track the SUV to the suspect's home and on Thursday took him into custody. Investigators determined through a search warrant DaCara was killed here, and police say Hernandez Mendez allegedly dumped her body in the grassy area on Thursday took him into custody. Investigators determined through a search warrant DaCara was killed here, and
so if there's a lot of people in the house, right? There's a lot of people in the house. If he had unwillfully brought her there, you think they might have heard it? Now, I'm not saying that they wouldn't cover for each other, because in my opinion, they probably would. So do you think that maybe they could have heard something if he, brought her in there against her will? I mean, would it be against her will if she got in the car willingly after locking her car? Allegedly. So why would she come to this man's house? Why would a 19-year-old, I know her frontal lobe is not built, I know. Why would she decline management? Why would she come with this person on the screen right here to his house? After meeting him allegedly at 1:30 in the morning or so, whatever the time was. Jay says, thank you, boo. Hernandez wanted to split dark. Goodbye, sir. Stop this. Stop this. I cannot.
Police say Hernandez Mendez allegedly dumped her body in the grassy area off the highway. He's facing first and second degree murder charges.
It is tough that we're at this point where the search is over and justice begins.
Police say they're still investigating how the two came into contact with one another. They're not saying how she was killed. Back in the neighborhood, several residents told News 4 they didn't recognize the suspect from his photo. They say a family lives in the home and they're quiet.
It's very troubling because, they've been over there for a couple of years, but just knowing that.
Of course they're going to be quiet. They're illegal, allegedly. They don't want to make a bunch of noise and bring attention to themselves.
We have this magnitude just here, and this is a nice family community.
Several neighbors saw the police activity Thursday morning, but had no idea it was connected to the DaCara Thompson case. Many were shaken up by the news that she was allegedly killed in a home right on their street.
It was really shocking to see the police from 6:30 in the morning in front of the house, blocking the street, and to hear about what happened to that poor girl. I'm really sorry for the family, and I really keep them in my prayers.
Now, earlier today at a news conference, the chief said that there are no additional suspects, but this is an ongoing investigation. The suspect right now being held without bond. He's set to appear in court Monday afternoon. Back to you.
All right, so we already know what happened on Monday afternoon. So we're kind of going backwards with this because I'm trying to figure this stuff out. But the bond hearing was sad, so we had to, cover that. So over here, this is saying, why wasn't DaCara Thompson's missing person case considered critical? So this is going to be the racism aspect of it. But I promise you, there will be somebody on my comments mad at what I'm going to say, which I haven't said it yet. I know y'all are saying I haven't said it yet, but they're going to be mad at me for saying it. But there's other people just making shit up, totally making shit up. We going by the news. It's the news that y'all love. Not y'all, you know what I'm saying? This is the news that y'all love. Them text messages is going to tell a story once they come out. Oh, and they going to get them. They going to get them.
Prince George's County Police have said that once they were notified about the case, they began investigating areas where Thompson was last seen. They produced a flyer that was distributed, but initially the department did not reach out to news outlets or publish Thompson's picture on their blog or their X account. I've spoken with Prince George.
Now, I'm not trying to be rude, I'm not trying to be rude. I agree. Rest in peace to this baby, okay? Baby as in young woman, nothing else. Because y'all know, I know bitches. Okay. Anyway. They're gonna definitely say that this is racist because they didn't. And child, then they'll be like, oh, we need an ebony alert so that people can know it's a black person. If they had, I don't know, but I'm thinking that the night that she went for gas was the night that this happened, meaning she was deleted by Mendez, right? So even if you told the police, right, immediately, whatever this lady was saying, can someone tell me what difference that would have made? Because she was already allegedly out of here. Allegedly. So what difference does that make? So you're going to take the racism angle on this, because basically that's what they're saying. That's where we're going. Do we get all of the stories on all of the missing people as soon as it happens? Like I thought anyway. Listen, when we was younger, you had to be gone for 24 hours before anybody would even do anything. I don't know if that's changed, but that's what was always told to us when we were children. Because people, excuse me, people just thought that kids ran away, and we did. I've run away before too. So kids run away, so they're like, we're gonna give you time to contact your people and figure out where the fuck your kids are. I'm assuming that's what they did with adults. I don't know. I don't know what y'all's experience was, but that's what we was always told. So what difference, and I'm not saying yay or nay on it, would it have made if she was taken out that night in that man's house, right? If they had started doing the let everybody know, all points bulletin, whatever the hell it's called, what difference would that have made? I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just saying while she's coming with this viewpoint, I'm just like, ma'am, I don't think this is the story for that. But what the fuck do I know? I don't know. So Queen said it's 48 hours now. Wow. Okay. I don't know. You tried to run away as a kid. Woo, my kids never tried to run away, but I tried to put them out. Get out! It's like, let me stop. Anyway, come on, child.
Georges County Police about why, and it was explained to me that because Thompson was a healthy adult, her case was not considered critical. When we asked the chief about that today, here's what's his response.
The facts as we have it is she was in that vehicle before she was ever reported missing. So we did canvass the area.
I feel like he's saying the same thing that I just said.
Searched, we questioned people in the area. We looked for video. We did all of these things as a practice. Critical missings get distributed. But the family did a lot of hard work and they distributed information and you all covered that. So the information was out and the community had it.
Black and Missing Foundation partners with law enforcement to help find people whose cases are sometimes mishandled or ignored. And their work has had a great impact on how cases of missing Black people are handled by police. They describe how their work has changed how DC's police department approaches missing cases and why this can be a good example for other jurisdictions.
Regardless of the situation of that person being missing, everyone gets a flyer. And that right there, that public notification is so important. Soon as that missing person's case is filed, it gets a flyer and it becomes disseminated all over the media, social media platforms, sharing it with the general public. And that right there is the first step, because the community can't help you in finding someone if the community is not aware that someone is missing.
So we all get those alerts that come onto our phones that make it vibrate even when you have the shit off. But I'm still trying to understand. So what we're saying in this case is that every time somebody says somebody is missing, then everybody should put out an all points bulletin to everybody. Is that what we're saying? Is that what we're saying? I don't understand. But so we got the political aspect. Now we're going to have the racist aspect. And then it's going to be the illegal immigrant aspect. It's all going to get all rumbled up by all of this. And then they're going to, would actually the justice part of it, I feel like is just out the window. Now it's going to be some changes on how you determine whether Black people should be told that they're missing, like they did in California with the Ebony Alert. I would like to know if that's made a difference, though, honestly. Trent says this is sad as F. Poor girl, prayers up to her family. F. Mendez, send him to see Satan. F him. I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all about none of that. I don't disagree at all about none of that. So I don't think Hugo getting out. Mendez is getting out. I don't think so. And if he does, he's getting shipped back to wherever the fuck he come from.
And so just those first 24 to 48 hours, those are the most critical moments.
Again, Prince George's County Police say they did distribute flyers and investigate, although in terms of social media and media outreach, this was initially more of a grassroots effort.
Trin, you need to look at the fact that these people are going to change it for their own particular agendas is what's going on as far as I think right now. It's just, you did this to a Black person. This is the problem with illegals. See what Democrats, do. That's three different agendas right there, in my opinion.
Large part because of her age, but this gives everyone an opportunity to learn a little bit more about how these.
Oh, and she's an adult. And is it different for kids though? Isn't it different for kids? Like if you're a kid, maybe they will alert people sooner or something. I don't know. I haven't looked at none of this in a while.
These decisions are made. You heard what Black and Missing had to say about it. They want every case to be treated like it's critical because of those initial hours. But, as you heard from the chief there are a lot of questions in terms of timing on whether that would have made a difference with.
Okay, well, at least she said it, because that's what I'm saying. Would it have made a difference? Why are you making this racial? I think they're making it racial. It wouldn't have made a difference in this case. And what are the current rules? You know what I'm saying?
When she was reported
24
missing.
hours.
Exactly. But it's just a very heartbreaking case. And then there were a number of African-American women who came up missing. We had 3 at the same time from around the same area. And there was a lot on social media of people making assumptions about what had happened and what was going on in this case. One of those women found, another one is still critically missing. But what is important is that the more information we're able to get from law enforcement, the better people are able to deal with all of this information. Just a very unfortunate ending to this case. The entire community was praying for her safe return. So this is most unfortunate.
All right, that ended quickly. All right. One more, and then the mother speaks today. So suspect arrested in deletion of missing Prince George's teen.
The court documents say that what happened to DaCara Thompson after she got into a car in this parking lot is both deeply disturbing and very sad. Court documents say surveillance camera video captured 19-year-old DaCara Thompson as she parked her Ford Edge SUV and made her way on foot to this parking lot behind a Family Dollar store on University Boulevard in the Langley Park area. It was 3 a.m.
So I got questions. Why are we going, as they said 3 a.m., behind the Family Dollar? Child, I don't even go to the front of Family Damn Dollar. You're going to the back of Family Damn Dollar at 3 in the morning. So I'm just asking questions. If she was supposed to only be going to get gas, why is no one calling for her at 3 a.m. in the morning? Or are they calling for her? Because I ain't hear nobody talk about that, Bueller. You know what I'm saying? So if she was supposed to be going to get gas and she was supposed to be, I'm assuming, coming right back because they didn't mention anything else. So all these hours go by and they're not calling her, blowing up her phone. Where you at? What's going on? What's taking you so long? Because you already know my father already gonna give me a hard time about half a tank of motherfucking gas. So if I said I'm coming right back, he gonna be calling an hour. He might give me an hour. What's going on? Where you at? And I'm 54. So she 19. You know what I'm saying? So when was the, based off of the last woman talking about how the police don't put out alerts for Black people? If no one is telling them, or no one even knows what's going on because they're not worried, how the hell are the police going to know? I'm just asking questions. There's a lot of questions to ask around here, in my opinion. And now at 3 a.m., and they didn't say what time she left home, that she going to the back of the Family Dollar to willingly get into the car of Mendez? Why?
Captured 19-year-old DaCara Thompson as she parked her Ford Edge SUV and made her way on foot to this parking lot behind a Family Dollar store on University Boulevard in the Langley Park area. It was 3 a.m., almost 5 hours after she'd left her father's Lanham home, saying she was going.
All right, well, then there's that answer. 5 hours later. Somebody calculate. 9, 10. 10. So 10, she went to get gas. 3 a.m., she in the back of Family Dollar with Mendez. No, nobody called looking for her. Nobody was calling at 11, 12, 1, 2, 3.
Going to get gas in her car. Court documents say video shows she approached the driver's side of a black Yukon Denali, talks to the driver for a minute, then gets into the front passenger seat.
Lord, help your people. So she went to the driver's side, had a conversation, and then went and got in on it. Allegedly, that sounds like something that's not good. Now, this is why I said earlier that if you're not on this internet like we are, you would have no clue until them text messages allegedly come out. Allegedly. So we shall see. However, while everybody making it their agenda, everybody talking about their agenda, this is one of the things, in my opinion, that Black people need to be amazing knowing about and talking about and raising their daggone children, not necessarily talking about her because she's 19, but the younger kids, so they don't get involved in some mess that you might not know about. Be on their phone. Somebody just told me that there's a parental thing for something. I forget who I was talking to. One of my friends who got young kids and was saying that they got this thing on the phone where you can see how long they've been on TikTok or something. I don't know. And then you can see what the messages are. Honestly, maybe it was Logical. I don't know. It was somebody. Actually, I think it might have been you, Logical, right? You was talking about on your live stream, right? For Bishop, right? That's his name, right? I want to make sure I get it right. And I'm like, that's exactly what people should be doing. And they're not. They just let them have the tablet. They just let them have the phone. They just let them go on. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know what apps they downloading. You don't know what those apps are. All that type of thing. It's a lot. It's a lot. If you're not fucking paying attention, you will miss a lot. And you still gonna miss shit. Trust me when I tell you, you're still gonna miss shit. But if you be in their asses, you have to be in their asses. Literally. Right? To know what the hell is going on with them. They're just going to be like, why they over here doing whatever the fuck they doing with whoever the fuck they doing it with, or listening to crazy MFers on the internet. A lot of them we listen to, but we're adults. You know what I'm saying? That's telling them to do things because it's easy and you can get some money, or you could get a man to do this. You could get a man to do that. You hate men, but you can get a man to do this. You can get a man to do that. All you got to do is do this. All you got to do is do that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Logical, raising young Bishop. Okay. They don't want to hear this. They wouldn't want to believe that this is true. I'm telling you. Apologies if I missed this couch. He said Jose Fernandez Burrito should not have been here. Agree. But you know, that's Donald Trump's fault. But who's fighting the most for fucking illegals to stay here? Why are we even in this shit? Black people don't need to be in it at all. Amazing. At all. But out here fighting this fight because you're not going to tell me. Fighting against your own interests yet again. Listen, just do what you're supposed to do, like everybody else. Child, and now they're Donald Trump syndrome, whatever it's called, TDS syndrome, with no matter what that man does, he's wrong. Can you take a step back and think for a second? And not y'all, but y'all be worried about that shit. Worry about your fucking kids. Child, worry about what the fuck they doing and who they doing it with. And maybe you won't be Suntria, what's her name? over there mad, thinking that the police was coming for her and they coming for her damn kids. She don't know what's going on, what he up to. And that's the case for most of them. Guess who's disproportionately affected with all the issues going on out there? It ain't white people. It ain't Latino people. Y'all already know. Thank you, Couch. Shout out to Kofa. Amazing. Thank you, hun. He said, had to take a call. How many programs y'all create while I was gone? I'm lawyering it up here because you know I play a lawyer on YouTube, child. Try to figure out what's going on with this DaCara Thompson case before it goes on. I'm just saying there's some things that I feel like people don't know that I feel like we can see, but they cannot, and they're not, her family's not going to want to see it. But if you're not them, but if you're not going to pay attention to your kids, they're going to get into shit and be out here doing the fucking most. And unfortunately, you might not find out until something happens. You know what I mean? Crazy. You're talking, you leave your car 5 hours after you left the gas station or left your father's house, chirped it up, went to the back of a Family Dollar at 3 a.m. Come on, y'all. The back of a Family Dollar at 3 a.m. So there's communication there. It's going to come out in the text messages or the phone calls. And you say on this side, hey. And then you run around on the other side and you jump in. The over-sexualization of Black women, Black females is a thing, whether Black people want to admit it or not. And there's a lot of examples where Black women are participatory in the shit, support the shit. And then unfortunately, things like this happen. And now y'all don't want to say nothing. Y'all don't want to talk about this. When them text messages come out, it's going to tell a fucking story. I promise you. How the hell you think she got to the back of the Family fucking Dollar? By chance? I told you, I'm not going to the front of a fucking Family Dollar, let alone the back at 3 a.m. Child, I'm not going 3 in the after fucking noon. Not going to be able to do it. Chris the Creative, I appreciate you, boo. He said, been quite a few Black women deleted by illegals in Maryland. Y'all keep voting Dem. I think, I don't know, Westmore and Doogie are fighting against Trump. So they probably all, yeah, you know what? That's the other thing. Too busy fighting against Trump means you're supporting illegal newcomers, I'll call them. And then you keep them here. And I'm not saying that they out here doing all this crazy ass crime. I don't know what crime they doing, okay? Because we got enough motherfuckers that was born here doing enough crime that people are like, let them be. You don't know. They gotta feed their family. But you got somebody that's trying to get the people that when they came into your neighborhoods and they came into your communities, you didn't want them there. You was upset. They was getting resources. They getting the stuff that you couldn't get. They're taking over. They coming into your community. Now you out here fighting for them. Now you out here fighting for them. I don't understand. I don't get it. Yeah. Stay your ass out of that shit. Let them handle it. Let them handle it. How you gonna get anything more if they still here taking your shit? Allegedly. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. Big Joker up in here. Thank you so much, boo. He said, I see you, Messy. I see you too, boo. Thank you so much. Shout out to everyone that is here. Please make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. Subscribe. We're talking about the DaCara Thompson case in Maryland. So we found out that she chirped. She went to the back of the Family Dollar 3 in the morning, 5 hours after she said she was going to get gas. Talked on the driver's side, ran around on the other side, and got in.
The driver's side of a black Yukon Denali talks to the driver for a minute, then gets into the front passenger seat. Worried family members report her missing. They find her car, but not her phone. They search relentlessly, but do not find DaCara. On August 31st, Maryland State Police troopers responding for an unrelated disabled vehicle found her nude body on an embankment of the South River in Annapolis. On September 4th, 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez of Bowie was arrested and charged with DaCara's murder. He was known to drive a black Yukon Denali XL with Maryland tags.
So Mendez has a black Yukon Denali. He doing the damn thing as an illegal. And well, that's the car that she happened to have met with behind the Family Dollar. That's the car at the home now. He owns that car. I wonder if it was legal for him to own the car. How the hell you get here and then you get a car if you're illegal? Child, I got questions.
According to court documents, cell data and video surveillance confirm the movements of Thompson and the movements of that black GMC Yukon Denali are consistent with moving together.
Uh-oh. Not that we didn't already know. Consistent with moving together. So they already got the cell stuff. So it's just a matter of when they're going to put it out to the rest of the world.
Hernandez Mendez was arrested near a home on Cambridge Drive in Bowie, where he rented a room. Police believe DaCara Thompson was killed there. Detectives stated a roommate told them he heard the defendant in his room the morning of the 23rd having sex with a woman who, quote, did not seem to be having a good time.
So he was renting a room. So that's not even his family, I guess, even though there was a cousin. So I don't know. They said he was renting a room. Maybe he's renting from his cousin. Maybe that's what they do, child. So they are, shout out to Vernon. I see you, boo. Thank you so much for being here. So it sounds like allegedly that it was a connection for maybe some sexual activity, allegedly, that went wrong. Like, the conversations that the rest of these people are having are not the conversations that need to be had, in my opinion. Everybody got their own agenda, and they definitely taking it there with this case. It's only going to get worse. But this is where maybe some of these programs like Kofa was just talking about are people that allegedly care about the community, people that care about Black people, people who want to say this shit is racist, people who got all this shit to say to do something about these kids who are lost. They're lost as far as I'm concerned. Or young people who just think the only thing they have to offer is to fuck their way to success. I think. That's it. That's all we got. That's all we got.
Rented a room. Police believe DaCara Thompson was killed there. Detectives stated a roommate told them he heard the defendant in his room the morning of the 23rd having sex with a woman who, quote, did not seem to be having a good time. At a press conference to announce the arrest, County Executive Aisha Braveboy noted the defendant was in the U.S. illegally and had recently been in federal custody.
I think that the U.S. Government has made status of individuals relevant. This was someone who was in their custody, and they made the decision to release him.
News 4 has learned Hernandez Mendez was arrested April 25th by U.S. Park Police, stopped on the BW Parkway near Annapolis Road for a DUI. But the federal government released him till trial. The U.S. Attorney for Maryland would not comment. ICE released a statement saying the defendant was put under an immigration detainer yesterday. Hernandez Mendez has a court hearing scheduled for Monday. In Hyattsville, Jackie Benson.
Oh, Lord, help your people. I know I'm wrong and I shouldn't be talking about this and I shouldn't be talking about the deceased. Okay, so I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about what happened here because it's going to be talked about. It's going to be talked about. And they're kind of just glossing over it as far as I'm concerned. Oh, yeah, they were allegedly having sex and it didn't sound like she was having fun. But he was here illegally and ICE didn't and they let him go. Oh, okay. Just forget all that. Nobody's trying to besmirch this person's name, but the facts are the facts, period, point blank. I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, we see this stuff all the time and hear about this stuff all the time. But now it's just we want to gloss over it. If we don't talk about this shit and start talking to kids about this shit, then how in the hell is this shit ever going to end? People, these young girls is getting caught up in this shit and it's being advertised every day. You don't have to work. He'll pay you to get your nails done. Not talking about her and Mendez, just period. You just find a man and you just tell him how much it costs. And don't you go out with him unless you get some money. Everything is transactional. Everything is transactional. Like I said, it'll eventually come out. You be mad at me all you want to. I ain't got shit to do with this. I just got questions. Big boy. Thank you, hun. He said only things open after 11 are jails, hospitals, and legs. So messy. I have heard that before. Nothing good happens after 12 a.m. That's what I've heard. This is amazing. Thank you, hun. I appreciate you. Red Sigma, I appreciate you. He said you picked the whole case apart in 30 minutes. I'm just saying, I just got questions. That's all I'm doing is asking questions. I see other people saying what they say, and I'm just like, so many people are just trying to act like, especially content creators that are here, right, in this sphere. And it's like, y'all really? So y'all just gonna let it go? Maybe they're thinking that it shouldn't be said because she's deceased, right? So when is somebody going to say something is what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking. If not now, then when? Not that I haven't asked these questions before because, hoard them all 2025 going into 2026. We got this horrible reputation amongst us and nobody want to do nothing about it because they just want to say that everybody can be fucking free to do what the fuck they want to do. Okay, everybody free to do what the fuck they gonna do and their consequences are their consequences. Now what? Teach no one, let everybody do what they're gonna do. Nothing's ever gonna change. Everybody else is supposed to care, right? Thank you, Red Sigma. Nick, I appreciate you. He said migrants shack up sometimes a dozen in one house. Yeah, they absolutely do. They absolutely do. Oh, I heard something in there. It didn't sound good. So what was they? So somebody's probably going to come through and say, oh, well, they should have busted in. What? So now it's that person's responsibility to have busted up into that room because they knew what was going to happen? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I just feel like that's what we're going to hear next. Uncle Rick, thank you, boo. He said, it's crazy how women can recognize men are a threat and dangerous, but they always out here living reckless. If it's so bad, why they don't minimize this? I got no answers. All I have are questions. But anyway, so that is all up to date until the mother spoke today. So it says, mother of missing Maryland teen. This is from about 4 hours ago. 19-year-old DaCara Thompson speaks after killer held without bail, which is the correct decision.
Carmen Thompson.
Carmen Thompson?
Yes.
And you are a?
I'm the mother of DaCara Thompson.
What were your thoughts on being at the hearing today? And our hearts go out to you for your loss, first off. What do you want to say now that this justice process is moving forward?
I would like to thank the PG County State's Attorney's Office for the great service that they've been providing. I just want justice served for my daughter.
How are you guys doing? How's the family doing right now?
It's, as good as a family could be under these circumstances. So not so good. We're trying to maintain.
Tell us a little bit about your daughter. She was 19, just getting started, young lady out of high school. Tell
Yes,
us about her, please.
my daughter, she had just turned 19 years old prior to this unfortunate circumstance. She was working under West Moore's Maryland Year Service Corps option, whatever it's called, program. She had just completed a year-long internship in which she was very successful. She did a great job. She was a kind of an outgoing, soft-spoken, kind young lady. She was a free spirit. She was a good girl. She was a good kid. So there's been a lot of people disparaging her character on social media and things and such. Please don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything you hear.
So they've heard it too, right? And we're not saying anything. We're just looking at what the news is reporting and we're discussing it. That's all we're doing. The news is putting this information out. Of course, it's her mother. She's going to be upset about what she hears. But are we going to act like stuff is not happening that we just heard happen by surveillance, by text messages, by ring cameras? She's grieving. It makes sense. That's what her mother is going to say. But this stuff happened. I'm not saying that she, her mother should think that she's a good girl. Her father should think that she's a good girl. And we don't know that she's not, but we do know that sounds a little familiar, meeting in the back of the Family Dollar and jumping in the car. There's no reason on God. Let me rephrase. Give me a reason that 19-year-old girl was meeting in the back of the Family Dollar with Mendez. Besides what we think that it is. Don't say that. What reason could they be meeting, Bueller? Somebody give me something. A job interview? Babysitting services? What reason could they, besides what we know, allegedly, what reason could they possibly, it could be drugs. It could be maybe that. But then you end up back at the house. You know what I mean? It could be that. It could be that. Yeah, that's a possibility too. Child, I don't be knowing. I don't be knowing. That's why I gotta ask. I'm just saying. Racist. Mendez had a time. Beachfront property. Okay. Spanish lessons. That could be it. That's a good one. Shout out to Hiram. Playing Uno. Mendez sounds like a Latin. Shout out to Menudo. If you know, you know. Decline said, good kids don't meet ugly men at 3 a.m. behind a dumpster. A prayer group. There you go. That could be that. It could be that. Listen, rest in peace to that girl. I'm not saying that she should still be here, period. She should still be here, period. But if we're not going to start teaching fucking lessons based on things that have happened to these fucking kids, and you're not going to parent your children, don't be surprised when this shit continues to happen and the fucking internet gets a hold of them and tells you that you can just meet up with any man so you could get some fucking money, or he gonna take care of you, or you just got to do this to do that. I just started watching that dumbass shit, which I can't stand, of Tyler Perry's on Netflix at the urging of my kid, where they freaking over here, somebody is encouraging that girl to get a BBL, and of course she almost dies. I'm like, why am I watching this? This is so ghetto. Everybody's kid is a good kid until they not. That's all I'm going to say. Saint Fan, appreciate you, boo. He said, hey, Miss Shauna, peace to the chat. I work near where her SUV was found. It's not the place to be that late. I agree. Nobody wants to ask those questions. Nope, not at all. Not at all. Thank you, boo. Kofa said, it's big-ass questions. Come on, 3 a.m. behind the store. I understand why her mama would feel this way. But we got to be realistic.
Out of respect for the family and us grieving, please, approach everything with grace. We would appreciate that.
Ma'am, do you have any thoughts?
Jean Lay, she said she was a beautiful girl. I hate she needed money. I promise you, allegedly, she didn't need any money. That's the other thing. These young women that do this stuff, and even older women that do this stuff, they don't need money. They don't need money. They want it, and they want to do what everybody else is doing, in my opinion. Is this you could just go and get that man to do this. He'll do that. Get him to do this. Get him to do that. You think her dad, she lived with her dad. Her dad is probably the same as me. Same area, same state, all that type of stuff. I'm sure she had a Ford Edge. I'm sure she could be taken care of by her parents. I'll just say that. Allegedly. I don't know. Reaper. Anyway, come on.
Thoughts about this notion that this guy was arrested by Park Police and released back in April?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
This man, Mr. Hernandez Mendez,
Yes.
was arrested by the United States Park Police for drunk driving in April 25th on the BW Parkway.
Mm-hmm.
He was subsequently released.
Mm-hmm.
There was no check of his immigration status or anything like that. There were no warrants at the time, no detainers.
Mm-hmm.
But he was in federal custody, and then he was released. And he is in the country without
Right.
documentation, and now they've filed.
I'm very disappointed, finding that out now, because we may not be here today if they did what they were supposed to do.
Is there any indication that the victim?
I wonder if they're going to find out that he was on a dating app. Queen said probably planning a trip to the land of forbidden chocolate. You know what? You're on punishment with Reaper. Par said they probably went to play Twister. Could be that.
May have known this person or crossed paths with him ever in her life.
Let me again say that I just want to be clear, and out of respect for the family as well, any questions regarding the nature of the investigation would be harmful to our investigation at this particular point. So I want to make sure that we don't delve into any of that information. I will say you asked a question earlier. As always, there'll be an autopsy that's performed as a part of the investigation.
Last questions, Katie.
Carmen, and then a follow-up from out-of-state attorney. The family often has a long journey after a crime like this happens to with the trauma as the case moves forward, and the victims have to outlive the crime itself. Is the family prepared for what's about to happen in the coming months and the grueling arc of retelling the story to these investigators, everything that's to come?
That's a tough question. Because we know it's going to be extremely hard. We just ask that everybody pray for our strength through the process.
It's Bowie, Maryland. Uncle Rick. Good prayers to the family. This is not going to be easy, especially with what is going to be reported on the internet. Again, based off of stuff that I think that we know because we on here, and just even if you weren't on the internet, just listening to that just sounds suspect, I would call it. But that's it. That's what's going on there. We'll follow it. Y'all see anything? Make sure you let me know. Jay, thank you, boo. He said, I bet she and hubby voted. You mean the mom and the daddy of DaCara? I don't know. I don't think they're together. I have the feeling that the mom and the dad are not together since they keep saying she lived with the father. Allegedly. I don't know. But we'll find out soon enough.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
The racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, we're moving on, y'all. We're moving on. Yes, absolutely. Baltimore, Annapolis, and the Eastern Shore. Yep. Show enough. All that. Yep. Shout out to my favorite Gray. He said Hernandez showed her the pull-out game. Hernandez showed her the pull-out game playing. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye, sir. I can't with you. Nick Taylor, I'm going to send you a link to a video of black women pregnant by a good. All right. No problem. Send it to me. But child, these stories. RBN sent this to me today, so we're going to take a look at it. This is just a girl talk who's on YouTube doing the damn thing. Shout out to her. She had something to say about Kendra G. It's not that long, so we're going to go ahead and listen to it and then move on. She says Kendra G plays games with black women and they allow it. We already knew that. But it's good to hear somebody else, black woman wise, saying it.
Kendra G makes a complete fool out of women. Specifically, the majority of black women who come into her show. Complete fool. Like, this is a dating show that you're running. You know, you're trying to hook people up. Why is there always so much foolishness? Like, there's really no, like, there's no standards, there's no order, it's out of control. And it's just like, oh, she like to do this. She like for them to make a damn fool of themselves. So that way they don't present themselves in the best way to the men who are watching. So the comments can go crazy about them. Like, they always love to try to find a way to be like, oh, just a girl. She degrades black women. She hates black women. She this, she that. But this woman will have a woman on there looking crazy, knowing that she looks crazy, knowing that she sounds crazy, unprepared, unready. In the comments, people are going in on her. And Kendra sitting back laughing. No order. Red flag number one. I can't stand that these women are always unprepared. They're like, oh, they're always confused and surprised when Kendra brings them up. If you have to put yourself in the queue to get on the show, right? Why would you not be ready? You got to enter the queue for her to see your name to let you in. If you're not ready, why are you putting yourself in the queue? So they always come on, they don't never got pants on, or they got to put their clothes on, they never got the good lighting that she wants, they're in the car. It's just like, why even request up? To Kendra, why do you even let them sit around and do all that they're doing? They're messing up the show, the quality of it. If it's really about people seeing each other and wanting to match and do all that stuff, then you would have more order and more structure. There's none. It's a complete mockery and a complete circus, like I said. That she got to get all this stuff going, trying to find a light in the car, somebody in the background. It's chaotic. It is chaotic. It needs to be like, oh, you're not ready, don't come up on the show. And making that a thing. If you are not ready, you don't have good lighting, you don't have pants, you don't have proper clothes on, don't request up. Or if you come on and you're not ready, I will drop you. But why would she do that when she can get a bunch of views and laughs and clicks off of this? But this is the stuff that they don't see this as a problem. They don't see that this is making a complete fool of y'all. They don't see that. They see the women who are calling out the bad behaviors and speaking on it. They're the ones who are making us look bad. Interesting.
It's something. It's definitely something. Shout out to her. Now we already know, but how many times have we said this mess? Because Kendra don't give a damn about none of them. It's a way for her to make her money. And y'all be falling for it. Hook, line, and effing sinker. Day. Kendra don't even know her own questions to this day. I've been hosting a dating show for 5 years and you still don't know your fucking questions. Write that shit down. Copy that shit. She don't put no money into that shit at the fuck all. Y'all still following that biatch. Not y'all, you know what I'm saying. Y'all still following that ish. Probably buying up that, what is that course? How to feel better about yourself or something like that. Whatever the hell it is that she trying to do. Now she trying to sell y'all a course. Y'all gonna go buy the shit. I mean, seriously, how much sense does any of that make? That's who y'all gonna look to, who ain't got none of what you looking for. Child, all I can say is thank goodness for this child at least saying it. Not the child, there's no disrespect to her. But at least she's able to say it and gonna say it. Because at this point, it's been a joke. It definitely has been a joke, but your results are your results. Y'all continue to make her famous. Where's Kendra at? She done been on Tamron Hall. She done been to who else was she just at? She's on Tonight's Conversation sometimes. Not that that's all great, but I'm just saying. She's parlaying her famousness, whatever you want to call it, her celebrity. She probably getting more notoriety now than when she was a damn DJ on the radio over whatever the fuck it is that she did. Thanks to Black women. So y'all continue to do the same shit over and over and over again. You make someone a millionaire and you still in the same fucking place you've been all that daggone time. Somebody try to tell ya, we try to tell ya, and y'all don't want to listen. So all them results still are yours. Good luck to ya. Then come on here and tell these dumbass stories about you went and met a man that you didn't know and now you get married. And anyway, we done seen all the foolishness, so fuck them. If you like it, we love it. If you like it, we love it. Albert C, thank you, boo. He said Kendra's the new Oprah. Oh my God. It's amazing. You get a high value man. You get a high value man. You get a high value man. Oh Lord, if Kendra is Oprah, they love it. They love it. We like it. They love it. Now she getting them to pay for the app, right? Because I believe you got to pay for the app in order to get the connections, right? Child, keep spending that money, but then these be the same people that be talking about consumerism and all this consumerism, and it's not right and it's racist. Oh, but it's okay when Kendra does it, and y'all fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. And she ain't doing nothing to help y'all. She ain't trying to improve shit over there. Y'all still coming on there looking crazy. Then somebody talk about you, then you mad. Well, you came up on this internet looking like a fucking fool. Don't get mad at nobody for saying shit. Don't bring your shit to the internet. I can do what I want. Yes, you can. And so can we. We ain't talking about her no more, though. We're not doing no more reviews of her. I'm done with her. I've been done with her, but I'm definitely done with her. Because I don't know, and I don't care, to know how they're going to differentiate what's from the app and what's from YouTube. Hopefully all the channels that review her can tell the difference so that they don't get their channels taken away still reviewing her shit. When there's all these pop the balloons, not the one that Pooh Man sent, when there's all these other pop the balloons that you could take a look at, I wouldn't take the chance, but that's just me. And we ain't watching her anyway. So anyway, y'all, we done with that. Shout out to RBM for sending that, and shout out to child, where did it go? Where am I at? I think it's just a girl. I got so many windows open. Yeah, just a girl talk here on YouTube, talking with some common sense. Shout out to her. She's a young girl. And I am subscribed, and you all should be too. All right. But we're moving on. Let's talk about the Black woman, and I'm done. Or maybe I got to give y'all something funny, because we've been through a lot today. Shout out to Couch. He said, let's get Kendra a date with you. Goodbye. Stop this. Stop this. I cannot with you. I cannot. Shout out to 638. Good to see you, boo. We will see you again tomorrow prayerfully. All right. So here is WCNC. Unemployment surges for Black Americans. Hear what economists say is behind the trend. So it's all in, all of us, child.
Now time for us to connect the dots. That's when we make the news make sense. The job market may look Now, time for us to connect the dots. That's when we make the news make sense. The job market may look steady overall, but for many Black Americans, it's a different story. Unemployment among Black Americans is rising at the fastest pace in years. Let's connect the dots. The national unemployment rate for Black Americans is now 7.2%. That's the highest level since 2021. For comparison, the overall U.S. unemployment rate is just 4.2%. What's surprising is that education isn't protecting workers. Even Black college graduates are struggling. Their unemployment rate has nearly doubled in just a few months. Economists say the slowdown is hitting jobs that are more vulnerable, like entry-level positions or federal jobs. Those are roles where many Black workers have historically found stability. And the numbers have a human cost. Families are falling behind on rent. Even people with advanced degrees say they can't find steady work. Experts warn this could erase years of progress. And
is this Donald Trump's fault? I just want to know, is this Donald Trump's fault?
Closing the racial employment gap, and with diversity programs being cut back, recovery could take even longer.
Yeah.
And that's connecting the dots.
You're awesome. Okay. All right. Well, there's that. There's that. So is it all of us? Is all of us are affected with an A? All of us are affected. Okay. But over here it says economy warning sign, number of unemployed Black women grows. I swear we can't do shit right. We can't do shit right, I tell you. Anyway, let's hear what they got to say, y'all. This is CNN. CNN
often comes for everyone. And you know, those good government jobs have been a tool for Black people to build stable livelihoods, especially for Black women. But the federal workforce has been a target of this administration, along with immigrants and diversity initiatives. We have a lot to talk about. So joining me this morning, LaTosha Brown, co-founder of Black Voters Matter Fund, Stephanie Donegan, a former Republican candidate for the Georgia Senate and founder of Your Rich Life Media and the Stillwell Society, and Dalila Paul is the national editor of the news site Capital B. Welcome to you all. Stephanie, let me start with you. 22,000 jobs in August. June revised down now, the first month of job losses in 5 years. The president promised the golden era for America. Where is it?
I mean, ultimately, we have to just be honest and say it doesn't look good, which I know people don't expect me to say, but the reality is right now, because of all the cutbacks in the federal government, it is going to hit Black women disproportionately right now because of.
Oh, my favorite word, disproportionately. Is the only decent job that Black women had was working for the federal government, Bueller? I mean, my job is cool. I don't work for the federal government. I work in corporate America. It's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? What did all of y'all just work for the federal government or something? I work for the state. It sucked because that money wasn't nothing. I said, I can't do this. I can't do this. Child, doing it. No, I don't need to go get a federal government because I feel like Big Boy said, people forget that Bill Clinton cut 200,000 federal jobs. No one's going to talk about the past because only people want to talk about what's going on now and find a way with their TDS to blame Donald Trump for everything, right? And then, but my thing is this the only job y'all had? That was only one part of the whole ass United States. Even though I did see a map where most Black people live is on the East Coast and on over here to maybe towards Texas mostly. Maybe we should move away into different areas to get better opportunities or something. I'm just saying, maybe it's just me, child. I'm just asking questions. Again, that's all I ask. I just play a little on YouTube.
How much we are employed. That being said, I do believe that it is going to bounce back with the new businesses and new jobs that will be coming. But I think we need to give it time. I don't think we've given it enough time.
That's something we heard from the Commerce Secretary as well. Let's play with Howard Lutnick said.
We've seen that in all sorts of agencies throughout this government. The people, the holdovers from the Biden administration, they're just bent against the president's success. They're rooting against America and against Donald Trump, and that's got to end. So he can't replace somebody, 2 weeks ago, and you expect fundamental change.
LaTosha, he says, give it time.
The challenge with this is that when you look at Black women, we, and particularly in terms of women, we are, in terms of participation in the labor market, we're 60% more than all of our women counterparts of the labor market. But what's interesting in federal jobs.
So is she trying to say that Black women work more than anyone else?
We're about 11.7%, which means that's in parity of our population, right? But when you look in the private sector, we're less than 1.8% when you look at higher management jobs. So what we have seen is that federal jobs have actually created a pathway and opportunity that Black women demonstrate demonstrates that when Black women are given an opportunity, that there are federal protections that allow us to matriculate, that what you see is that we're able to get representation. What he said.
Oh, so allegedly it's easier to move up and make money in the federal government. Child, don't it take forever to get hired by the government, child? Like, it takes forever. I may have tried once or twice. I'm like, fuck that. Well, who wants to wait forever? Then you might not even get the shit. I don't know. So it's easier to get in there for Black women, I guess. So why ain't y'all coming out here and getting any of these other jobs? I'm confused. I guess it's Donald Trump's fault because of DEI. So all the jobs that are opening at my company, oh, you know what? They're probably not paying the same. That's probably what it is. They clearly are probably not paying the same. You got to start over. Start from the bottom. That don't mean that you starting at $15 an hour though, y'all. This is not McDonald's. I'm sure they could come in at least $75,000. I'm just saying. Unless you go into the military, messy, that is easy. I'm sure they ain't going into the military. Now who's selling stamps? You know what? Hire them. Goodbye, sir.
Saying around that we're supposed to just play on the market, but what we're seeing is an underrepresentation in the market, that oftentimes we're underpaid in the market. We're in entry-level jobs. You do not see the same kind of economic stability that we've seen with federal employment.
I saw your face.
So you're not treated fairly outside of federal employment. But just like whoever said that Bill Clinton cut 200,000 jobs, every time a new regime comes in and they do whatever they want to do. Why is it so crazy this time? And why are they dividing it amongst just Black women losing the job and not all the people that are losing their job in the federal government or have lost the job? Albert says they think that 75,000 is dusty. Must be nice. All right. 75,000 is dusty. Woo, Lord help your people. Maybe in New York.
Because ultimately, a lot of the hiring I feel that's happened.
Hold on. Decline management is on one today. Decline management is on one today. The most educated, the best at everything, the most underpaid. Agree. Because if all that education is there, nothing else should matter. So everything is a problem no matter what you do. Child, I'm tired of the excuses. So you can't take that degree and come out here to a company like mine where they were the ones that said, you need to go get a degree, which is why I now have student loan debt because they encouraged me to do it. But y'all got PhDs, ABCDs, and all that shit, and y'all can't come out here and get a job. I have a friend, my younger friend, my young ABCD that is 20 years younger than me. He's my boo. He makes $150,000. He don't even have a PhD and he is a minority and ABCD. So I call bull fucking shit. That's what I say. I know damn well Black people don't negotiate their salary. I know it as a fucking fact because you hear a number and you're like, oh yeah, that's good. Hell fucking no. You ask for more. You have nothing to lose. You already have an offer. Oh yeah, that's good. Maybe that's the reason why, allegedly.
To check boxes for DEI, not necessarily because this was just perfect for them. And I only say that because of how many Black women have been employed. And I think that's part of the reason is we're seeing the layoffs that we're seeing and the unemployment because that's how they got hired in the first place.
You know, I think the interesting thing about that is that in terms of federal jobs, that is merit-based, that people actually are able to keep their jobs or even to literally ascend based on being merit-based. You don't see that in the private sector. So I think it's really to say that Black women working in these jobs is to check a box. It ignores the fact that is a merit base.
Well, to a degree, because I do know for federal government, depending on what your history is, if you have worked in the military, if you're Black, you do get extra points when it comes to hiring. And so being Black in general will push people up when it comes to hiring. Being a Black woman will push people up when it comes to hiring.
Yeah, can I pause? I think we have to think about the impact. I mean, the fact that you have hundreds, thousands of Black women who are out of jobs. Women from the age of 40-something, 50-something who are caregivers for their families. We've had reports. We have interviewed women who are struggling right now. So I hear what you're saying about the checking of the boxes, but I think we're losing sight of the human impact of this.
Actually, I agree with you on that. I actually feel that it's quite unfortunate that that has to happen, but we cannot continue to keep people in jobs to keep a payroll going. I think that's unfortunate.
But that's not, again, I have to disagree with you. I think a lot of the women who have been losing their jobs had played critical roles in government.
But if it was
and it's
really
beyond
critical,
DEI.
if it was
It's
really
beyond
critical,
DEI.
they would still have their job. It wasn't that critical.
No, they don't have their
just-
jobs because now there's a policy in place that really has been racialized. It's not. It's we're looking at a space that how were they able to ascend? It wasn't about the checking the box. It was hard work. It was. We know that in a culture as in America.
So now she's saying this. Let me tell y'all something. Okay. And I only work for a state job. I promise y'all, I did not work hard. I promise y'all, I did not work hard. I did the bare minimum. I went in at this time. I left at this time. I took a lunch at this time to this time, and I worked in the in-between. I did not work hard at that job. Who trying to work hard around here? Anybody trying to work hard? You got to work smarter. And if these people had these jobs and they made all this money, right? Where's the savings at? They ain't got no savings account. Now they just get fired. Everything was on 10 as soon as they got fired. All this money they was making allegedly, all this opportunity, all this experience. And you're telling me that you can't get another job, even if it's in the private sector, corporate America, with all of these degrees? Something don't make sense. Something is missing. What I'm missing, yeah. Yeah, child, racialized. Yeah, child, just another made up word. I'm confused. And what my friend does, he's an analyst, child. Nothing that you need a degree for. Shout out to him. You got more responsibility. I'm very interested in little responsibility, which is why I can have lunchtime live streams with y'all. I could make more money, then I'd have to do more work. Why would I want to do that? I'll just work on YouTube. Allegedly.
America, when have Black women ever been given something just because we're checking a box? Those women, we are the cornerstone of this economy all across it.
Well, I hear you, but I can also say that one of my first jobs was for the federal government, and I was very clear that I got pushed up ahead of people because I was Black and I could check the box.
Well, let me ask you this, because there's a gender economist, Satirical Roy, who calculated between February and July that 319,000 Black women lost their jobs in the private and public sector. In that same period, job increases for white men was 365,000. There were 176,000 job gains for Hispanic women. There were 142,000 job gains for white women. And so when you suggest that these Black women were in jobs to check a box, reconcile that with the increases for these other demographics and communities.
Well,
those jobs were earned and they deserve better jobs and deserve to have more jobs, while the hundreds of thousands of Black women.
Oh, shout out to him for pushing back, though. Okay. Come on, Sha. You heard that, man.
And you're just there to be pushed along and check a box?
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. Because
Okay.
ultimately, I think we all can agree that DEI has not just helped Black women. So that's in the first place. DEI has helped minorities, women, white women. DEI has helped not just Black women, but when it comes to the conversation of federal workers, with us being such a large percentage of federal workers.
It's deeply insulting to say that. It's deeply insulting that when you're looking at federal workers, we make what, 11.7%?
Child, they ain't even on the same page. They're arguing with each other.
That's just in parity of our population. And so that there you have 80%, of more of people that represent different segments of society. So to suggest that Black women in some way, that our presence in the federal government has come from just somehow we are checking the box, really undermines the fact that we have been the cornerstone of the labor market in this country.
No, it doesn't. It just looks,
We are the cornerstone child. I don't even, this is what, I don't even know what these people are talking about, okay? What are we talking about right now? I'm so confused. Listen, I've lost a job. I've told you that. I've been fired. I've been laid off, okay? You're going to have to adjust. What are we fucking talking about this for? Please stop this shit about your DEI is the reason. The DEI shit was an answer to 2020. It means absolutely nothing. The same shit that has been in place before that is still the fucking place. Go fucking get a job, update the fucking resume, get a fucking headhunter, get some fucking help, use fucking ChatGPT. I don't know. Go ahead and take the lowly ass, corporate America job if you need a fucking job. And while I understand that all of us are $200, like whoever said that, away from being broke, these people was making the most money. They was out here doing the most. They were working for the federal government and they thought they was on easy street. I don't care what nobody said. They should have more money fucking saved. It shouldn't be this damn dire immediately. That's all I'm saying. So the odds are if they had that much money made, they probably had that much debt or are in houses that cost this much, that much, and the third. So if you listen to Susie Orman or Dave Ramsey or Melody Hobbs, then you should know that you should have 6 months of savings, especially if you are married to someone, and you should have some sort of a nest egg, and you should be working on getting a job, excuse me, either back with the federal government or getting a fucking job in fucking corporate America. No. Get on the TV and complain and whine and say it's racism. That'll get you somewhere. That'll get you, again, like decon management said, you got all these fucking degrees, you know this, you know that, you know this, you know that, then figure out how to get a fucking job then. Or whatever your solution is. Child, quit with this, it's because of DEI, that's not your fucking problem. These people thought they was going to be there forever, y'all. But from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, if a new regime comes in, new administration comes in, they're gonna get rid of people and probably bring in other people anyway. Is that not true? This is something I've never paid attention to before, but I do know people who live in the DC area who are federal contractors, federal this, federal that, and they live in these big ass houses in Virginia and DC, one of the most expensive places you could ever live. In these houses that cost a lot, with this car, that vacation, that pool in the back. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't get those things. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it at all. This is the same thing as those people who make that much money, which is the same thing for those of us that are in the middle class. This is the same thing for anyone else. You live within your fucking means and you save your fucking money because you never know what's going to happen. Is everything going to be covered off? Probably not. But you sitting there with $500,000 in student loan debt, and that's not your priority to pay off. And then something like this comes down the pike, and you knew Trump was going to be president, or he started running for president. So this is the same thing as what I say about the Generation Z. You got to make a fucking adjustment. You can't just live the way that you want to all the time. Sometimes you have to change up what the fuck you're doing to accommodate your current situation so that you can get down the road, like Trent says, later on. But I know that's just crazy talk, child. My father had federal contracts too. He worked for the military, he worked for the Postal Service, and then he did whatever the fuck he did for federal contract. And I'm telling you, if he could still be working right now, he would be. That is a working ass man. So you bitches don't know what the fuck to do? Consult a fucking man who got some fucking sense, okay? Because that's what I do. I ain't saying I'm right, but y'all, I'm not going to sit up here and say that I would just get on fucking TV and start whining, complaining, saying it's Donald Trump's fucking fault. Fuck that nigga. Do what you got to do to get to where it is that you need to be, because nobody got empathy and sympathy, because allegedly we all got the same issues. We all living in the same economy, but people tend to forget that.
The way you want to see it. It doesn't. Ultimately, Black women were not the only people who were laid off. It's just that the conversation we're having today is around the large percentage of Black women, and that is because of how many Black women are employed federally. But ultimately, when we talk about people who have still been employed, who have been hired of other ethnicities, of other races, I know for sure, I've seen the conversation on social media of people saying that they're not going back to work yet. I've seen the conversation of people saying that they're going to sit on unemployment. I've seen the conversation of people.
There you go. Remember this part, y'all. They're sitting on unemployment. Do your thing. Unemployment is a wonderful thing. And if they're laid off, I would hope they got some sort of a package in order to be laid off. So they chilling. Okay. Good. And hopefully they got savings along with it. Good. Let's see what we're talking about a year from now. And they'll still be saying that we're disproportionately affected. Take a break. I would take a break too. I didn't when I was younger, but I would take a break too. Fuck it. No teeth. Shout out to you, boo. He said the Federal Bureau of Prison is higher where I'm at right now. We are at least 25 officers short. Child, I think I'd go work at McDonald's first. But shout out to you for the information. Anybody need a job, reach out to No Teeth. He know how to get you in there, child. It will not be me. And I promise you, child, if women start working in the prison, you know what happens there. They don't need them jobs. You gentlemen, you need a job. Shout out to No Teeth.
People saying they're going to start businesses. And so ultimately, I don't even think the numbers are completely correct yet. And I don't know if we're going to know that for a few months.
Julie, let me get you in here, and I'll bring this, that Black women bore the brunt of the job losses during the pandemic. They bore the brunt of the job losses of DOGE. And so as we look at this continue in private sector as well, what's that mean on a community economic level, on a home economic level, with Black women disproportionately being head of household in many homes?
I mean,
damn, there's a lot of disproportionate around here. Can they please stop? Can we leave that word in 2025, please?
It's the ripple effect. It's the fact that people can't pay their mortgages. People can't afford to take care of their parents who are sick. They have kids in college. But I want to also mention how, just back to her point about the jobs, the Department of Education had a large amount of Black women who were laid off. Many of these women worked in the civil rights divisions. These offices investigated discrimination against Black students. There are these real consequential ripple effects that are happening professionally and personally. And we have to keep that in mind.
So do we not think that these jobs will come, as this coming to the state, the Department of Education coming to the states, are we not looking at it as though the jobs will open back up? Are we not looking at it as though it's stopped on the federal level, but it will move to a state level? Are we just ignoring that fact?
No, what we're looking at is the households are being impacted. What
So
we're looking at
are we going to continue paying people just because we feel bad for them when those show that these divisions?
No, this isn't about feeling bad for them. We're saying that there are credible workers who have actually contributed and continues to.
But in
contribute to this
departments
country.
in which we've shown waste, so we can't keep
how have we proven
in
waste?
waste.
That's not been proven.
We've got to pause here. Latasha, Dalila, Stephanie, thank you all for.
Child, that was quick. So, in other words, like I say, you can't just feel sorry for people and give them shit. That's what it sounds like they were saying. And the woman in the middle is like, get a job. Go apply for another job, basically, in the simplest form, child. All this disproportionately affected and Black people and all this. It's just, God. Can we get a new tune? Ooh, I should sing, but I won't. So that's it. Disproportionately affected yet again. I don't know what else to say. Good luck to them people. I would say get a job, or if you're sitting on your unemployment, take it. I would take it too. Fuck that. I take it. I take it all. But after that, figure out something. Anyway. All right, one more thing and then we done. All right, one more thing and then we done. Shout out to y'all for hanging in there. I appreciate you. My earpiece is dead, so I can't really hear anything. But we're gonna go out on this. This could be the woman for ya, Reaper. She could be for you. She could be for you. Okay. He got flummoxed listening to all that disproportionate cackling. I cannot. All right. So this is from Tickety Talk. Single moms don't want to date men with kids. This is why she perfect for you, Reaper. You ain't got no kids, and she has kids. Okay. Ready-made family. Insert man. Is Kofa still here?
This is amazing.
This is a SYCBM moment for ya. SY Devon. She was. Y'all ain't shit. Ashy Foot, up in here. Appreciate you, boo. He said maybe the ladies can call my Kendra for Kendra Cash App blessing. Maybe. But you just never know. We can't say no to anything, okay? We can't say no to anything. Were you here when the Just a Girl Talk was talking about Kendra, child? And don't forget this Wednesday, we are going on to the next chapters of this wonderful book, y'all, okay? Written by a whole white man on how to date and marry the right Black woman, okay? Someone said I got kids, she don't want me. Oh my God. Safe, okay? You safe. All right, let's hear what she got to say, child. Come on, girl.
I'm not the only one with kids, but don't want to date somebody who else got kids. Like, does that make me weird? Because I don't want to date nobody with kids. I just don't want to deal with nobody else baby mama drama. Like, I don't want to deal with nobody who got kids, bro. I don't. That's just not my preference anymore.
One thing being a single mom taught me is that I will never date a guy who has kids of his own. And a lot of people think I'm crazy for saying that. But if you're a single mom, like, you know exactly what I mean. If you know, you know.
As a single mom of 3 kids, I will not be dating men that have kids.
Oh, you remember this girl, y'all, right? You remember this girl, right? This is a girl that got all these kids and had this whole stupid ass list of who she wants to date, who she expects to date. Wow. She's still on this internet.
What I mean, if you know, you know.
As a single mom of 3 kids, I will not be dating men that have kids.
Oh, what y'all say?
You guys are not to be taken seriously. Nobody wants you because your baby mama left you for a reason. If you are not licking the fucking floor that I walk on, you are not going to be with me. Like, my standards are so much more higher now than before I had kids, which is fucking insane. So if you want to be with me, you're going to have to be a stepdad of 3 kids. I have 2 boys and a little girl.
You gotta have a J-O-B if you wanna be with me. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. That's what she's saying. Anybody interested, Bueller? Y'all remember this girl, don't you? The all not lick the ground. I'm telling you, these people doing this for the they gotta be doing this for the internet. They gotta be. They gotta be. So in other words, you're gonna decrease your chances even more, is what you're saying, right? Woo! The all damn audacity.
Now than before I had kids, which is fucking insane. So if you want to be with me, you're gonna have to be a stepdad of 3 kids. I have 2 boys and a little girl, and my kids are fucking bad.
I usually don't even date men with kids.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
What? But you got kids.
I do
Okay, but why wouldn't you date no man with kids?
because I have kids.
Like that.
I was somebody's baby mama.
Woo! I can't take it. I can't take it, and I don't have to deal with these people. I can't take it, and I don't even have to deal with these people. This is ridiculous, damn list. Child, every day.
This is amazing.
Every day. It's just something that just makes me say, what in the entire fuck? This is why these people have these issues, because of shit like this. They sound crazy. They sound crazy. Not even because of what they look like, but honestly, the people they talking about they're not going to date are the people that they should be dating, because y'all got the same issues going on. Y'all got the same, situation. Like, what are we talking about right now? That makes no sense whatsoever. But y'all, these are biatches. They never make any sense. Good luck to y'all, gentlemen, okay? Shout out to my favorite Gray. I appreciate you. He said, if this Hispanic biatch don't make some GD tortillas. She eating though. Yo, she definitely over there eating. She was the one this is the one that had that crazy ass standard that everybody was talking about. They got to be doing this shit for the internet at this point, y'all. You can't tell me nothing different. They got to be doing this shit for the internet. That don't make no sense. None. Child, it ain't even like they saying that even if you do come and you don't have any kids, that I'll have a kid for you. Child, what? Supreme 10, never run out of content. Never run out of content. Nope. As long as Trump is gonna allow TikTok to stay, we good. We good. Ashley Foot, big old jet airliner, don't carry me too far. Y'all crazy. But yeah, that's it, y'all. 2.5 hours. I didn't even know I was gonna go that long. Shout out to y'all if you made it this far. I see you. I appreciate you. Oh look, I never turned the band back on. I apologize. Shout out to Reaper, stream sponsor, and Sean and One being the stream sponsors. I appreciate both of y'all. Thank you so much for your generosity. Y'all, we're going to go on over to FDNHT. Trent is on now. If somebody could drop his channel, I would appreciate it. Shout out to y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you are new. What are we going to go out on? Let's do Dance Party with Beyonce. All right. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you again. We'll be back on tomorrow, probably 6 p.m. again. Did I do 6 tonight? Yeah, 6 p.m. EST. Be there or be square. I appreciate you. I see you all in the next one.
Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. Party with Beyonce. Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. Party with Beyonce. Carry on. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Hold up. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. 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 Beyonce.